taking over.
Are you ready for showtime? Oh, come on, you do better. Are you ready for showtime? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Break down, baby.
Who the hell is this?
Alan, you have been described by your enemies as evil, insane, manipulative. Who are you?
To examine it would be to, like, demystify it.
You'll get a ticket with a tasty groove, okay?
Wow.
It definitely makes me cringe.
Very, very, very painful.
1, 2, 3, pick it. Pick it, come on. God damn it, could you one time pick it? What the
You're disgusting.
It's showtime!
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7
You ignorant trick bastard.
WMMS Cleveland.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Greetings. Hello. Welcome. My name is Alan Cox. Thanks for showing up. Say hi to Bill Squires here, too.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What a glorious, glorious day.
It's better than yesterday.
Ohio.
Better than yesterday. Yesterday was miserable.
I've been hearing the weather report that's been airing this afternoon, and it sounds like she says aerial flooding instead of area flooding. Thought she said aerial flooding. Yeah, that's called rain. I'm pretty sure she said area flooding. Pound cake's back behind the glass.
Afternoon, white people.
I slept most of yesterday. I won't lie.
I wanted to sleep most of yesterday, but I had obligations.
I had obligations.
You just blew them off?
I just slept through them.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't.
Tricked my daughter into taking an extra long nap so that we could cry after the Rock Hall on Saturday night. I just wanted to sleep as much as I could yesterday, just to get myself, by the time Monday rolls around, I'm in fighting shape for the broadcast.
Isn't it the greatest? Like, you just get to be naked, laying in like a nice, cool bed, Netflix, and then order Uber Eats, and then you're just like, this is fantastic.
Clearly, your naps are very different than mine.
Well,
I was looking to get some sleep. I did have a toddler next to me. So I was naked. There was no Uber Eats. And there was no Netflix. Save for the couple of episodes of Team Umizoomi I was required to squeeze out before she'd zonk. Yeah, but it was just, it was a gross, rainy day. That's a perfect day to sleep if you can. And
I slept as long as I could, but then I had to go and get my car, and then I had a show at Hilarities. And
last night you had a show at Hilarities?
Yeah, it was Bill and Hed's Excellent Adventure.
All right.
And it went well. Like, considering how gross it was outside and the Cavs game was going on, we still had a pretty decent turnout. So it was a lot of fun.
I got a letter about it.
Yeah.
From Hobie. Said, hey, my girlfriend and I went to Bill and Hed's Excellent Adventure last night. It was awesome. But I did notice something about Bill's set. About halfway through, there was a moment where he backed away from the front of the stage in what I can only assume was an attempt to create distance for the fart that I am 97% sure I heard come from him. Did you fart on stage?
No, if I farted on stage, I'd make it part of my act.
I was gonna say,
why would I waste a fart?
Why would you hide that? You'd turn it into something.
No, if I had to fart, I'd fart. Generally, when I'm on stage, all my, I don't have a problem farting on stage. Like, that's not something that happens.
Good to know. So for those of you who are thinking about going to see a Bill Squires show, with each ticket purchased, free possibility of an onstage fart.
Exactly.
It's always good.
And an explanation and, a rundown of it.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I think what he's referring to...
Consistency.
I was just finishing up a chunk of material, and, to break them up, you kind of reset the stage. So I did this whole chunk. It went well, and then I took a little break. I mean, this is like 2 seconds.
It's just body language.
And I just grabbed the mic stand and just kind of reset and go into my next bit of material. So it's just, if it was a fart, believe me, I would absolutely tell you that it's a fart.
He said it happened during your joke on eating tacos and being fat. You probably would have mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Hope.
Yeah, that would have brought the house down if I farted while I was doing my taco bit. That would have been perfect timing. I wouldn't back away on that.
No, you wouldn't. You're a professional. So there you go, Hobie. Myth busted, my friend. Sorry.
Thank you for coming, though, and I'm glad you had a good time. And I'm glad you were that observant, too, because that means you were really paying attention.
Yeah, they were focused like a laser on your onstage presence. That's always good.
And Mike Head is absolutely hilarious.
He was on our comedy tour last year.
Yeah, he's just as funny, if not funnier now.
For people who have been asking me, I will be making the announcement for this year's Alan Cox Show Comedy Tour on the 30th of this month. So 2 weeks from today at the top of the show, I'll tell you when and where and who and all of it. So thank you for your patience. People start hitting me up after the first of the year about the comedy tour. And then, because last year we did it around this time. I think this past weekend was around the time we did it.
It was early last year.
It's
going to be a little bit later
this year. So people who were worried that I, had gone past it or something, or they missed something, you haven't. I'll tell you all about it 2 weeks from today. If you want to join us in here today, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. The number to text, 35192. You can listen via iHeartRadio if you like, on your phone or at AlanCoxShow.com. The live stream you can watch through our YouTube channel, also at AlanCoxShow.com. I tried to post as many Instagram stories from the Rock Hall inductions on Saturday night as I could, as many as I felt compelled to.
I saw some of them.
Yeah, people.
I told you to come to the Lido.
I saw that later on. That's right, yeah. The Rock Hall inductions are always fun. I think after this year, they're going back, and I think it comes to Cleveland every other year, whereas in years past, it's been every third year or something. I was surprised that the last time we went, we were at a 10-top table on the floor. There's like the big main floor, and then above that or behind that is this big riser where they put even more long tables. Okay, so last time we were there, we were at one of the floor round tables, but towards the back. This year, we were up on the riser in the back of that. And apparently there had been some kind of seating snafu, I don't know what. So we were literally right behind us was the steps to get off the riser to go out of public auditorium. So on the floor, but even further back than we were last time.
But you're still there.
Still there. It was a lot of fun, yeah. My wife looked like $1 million, so when that happens...
I saw the pictures. You guys both look great.
I always have to make sure that I'm bringing my game because she'll knock it out of the park. But it's always fun to walk down any... And Pound Cake probably knows this from when we've sent him to cover music awards or whatever. It's always fun/depressing to walk down a red carpet that's lined with media when you are not anyone important. Because you can see in everyone's eyes that they're trying to figure out who you are.
Do I need to talk to you?
If you're anyone, right. And so the dinner portion, and we were all kind of spread out. The people that were going to be at our table, we were all kind of spread out. Some of the big bosses here. I ended up sitting and drinking with Rover and his girlfriend, who I'd never met before, B2, who could not have been more delightful. She was very sweet. She and Gwen hit it off. And Rover and I don't really have the opportunity to really chat that much just because we're doing our own things. But I do always like talking to him a little bit. So that was a lot of fun. But so by the time they're kind of getting everyone upstairs for the thing to begin, I'm a couple of gin and tonics in, And then there's some confusion with the seating or whatever. But it was fun. I stood the whole time because we were in the very back on the riser at these long tables. So I wasn't going to scooch myself in and sit, and then because there's just people in front of you. Up where we are, there's people standing. So I stood the whole time. I was surprised that they led with Bon Jovi. This year was kind of a sleepier year than past. They had, it was just weird. We left early, to be quite honest, because
it's a very long show. Who did you miss?
It is a long night, but we knew that. But got to the point where we're kind of like, we left before the Nina Simone. I guess her the brother or nephew or somebody went off on some huge rant. Missed that. Ann Wilson and Jerry Cantrell did a Chris Cornell tribute. Didn't see that, and then missed the Moody Blues. So I don't know. There was they usually end the night with like this big jam where everybody comes out and plays, and I don't know if it was because of time constrict, whatever. Yeah. I guess the show just ended. So I didn't feel that bad about leaving. We left, and there was nobody waiting for the valet. So, I think we were home by like 1:45. And, But they opened with Bon Jovi, which kind of surprised me. I don't feel like
I bet that was a Howard Stern thing where he wanted to get in and out.
That's what I thought, but I'm like, are you going to redo the entire Rock Hall inductions because Howard Stern wants to be back in his hotel room by 10 o'clock?
Yep.
Like,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, but...
Because I saw in your Insta story, he was just like, could you believe it? Me, Howard Stern, here in Cleveland. Because
I watched his
to stay at
speech.
home
I thought he gave a great speech. It was very funny.
I mean, this is coming from the guy who had the entire, what was it, the show that he was on, America's Got Talent, moved it from like L.A. to New York because he didn't want to do the flying all the time. So yeah, he has that type of pull.
I guess. I mean, a show like that, AGT, you've got 4 judges and you can do the production wherever you want. Something like this, you got a million moving parts. And anyway, so Bon Jovi alone was like the first hour and 20 minutes of the night. So it's his speech and then the band. Bon Jovi, they had a bit of a hard time. You could tell they were using some backing tracks for the choruses because he sounded a little pitchy in the middle of it there. Kind of hard to hear.
Is that why you said whoops?
No, I said whoops because I purposely called him John Bovey.
John Bovey. I love John Bovey.
I mean, there's a lot of high notes in those old Bon Jovi songs, so I get it. I totally understand. And they're great. I was surprised mostly by how much I enjoyed the Cars. Like, I really like the Cars, but they were amazing. They were so good. They're also a case study in why, if you're an aging rocker, always
stay skinny.
They're all skinny.
Yeah.
Keep the dye job.
Oh, yeah.
Because Rick Ocasek's up there. He's still got the brown hair. If you've been dyeing your hair since high school, you never look different.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Nikki Sixx or you're Alice Cooper and you're 70 and you got jet black hair, people go, that's the way he's always looked. Other guys in the Cars, like the drummer, looked like the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah.
He's all gray, got the beard, whatever. So it was a lot of fun. The Rock Hall induction's always fun.
I'm Keith Richards style. I say just let it get gray and just be the badass that you are.
I guess. I mean, there's two distinct schools of thought on that, and, you know.
Because, I mean, you're watching Stern up there, and he's pushing, he's like
64, I think,
64, 65 years old.
Yeah.
He has to be completely gray, but his hair's jet black.
He
because
swears
he
doesn't dye it.
There's
he doesn't dye
no
it.
way that his hair is that black at 64 years old. There's no way.
I'm just telling you what he says. I
Then
would
it's a
probably
wig.
agree. I would
maybe that's his workaround. Is it's actually a wig?
If you were going to pick a wig, would you pick that one?
No.
I mean, I love Stern, but Gwen's like, Jesus, he looks like a vampire. I'm like, well, you know, there's no way around that. I mean, God bless him. But so anyway, it was a lot of fun. It was a good night, but we did leave early. I mean, we left at the whole thing. I think was 4.5 hours long. And so we just missed Nina Simone and the Moody Blues. But when that Brittany from Alabama shakes, I put some of that on Instagram too. She was up there with Paul Schaefer and some of the people from that Letterman band. And when they were doing the Sister Rosetta Tharpe, which was amazing to me because, you know, they do the whole backstory on the person. I didn't really know that much about her other than that she was a black woman who played like early rock and roll guitar. She was no joke, boy. When they were kind of going through her life story, it was amazing. And then they come out and like do this jam in her honor, and it was a lot of fun. So,
do you have any of that?
I don't.
Maybe you can find some in the break.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any of that. It was good. And then they're, you know, already talking about who the 2019 hopefuls might be. So next year's got a killer class. I mean, this year, unless you were into the Dire Straits, which they said the first time ever, there was a band with no inductor. Nobody brought Dire Straits out. So it's like, and the Knopfler brothers don't show up. So if you're a Dire Straits fan, you had the other 3 guys who basically just walked out
and
and said, we're the Dire Straits. Cool. Thanks for having us on. But all right, I'm going to break here. I'm going to have a copy of the AMC show Into the Badlands for you if you like that show. It's like a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type thing. All new season starts this Sunday. You can win the season 2 on DVD coming back if you like that show. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 double.
We talked about this a little bit on Friday, but now we've seen the video and stuff. Yodel Boy, is that his name?
Oh my God, the Yodel Kid. No, I don't.
Yodel Kid.
I saw people were just going in on this. Not going in, but like they're reposting everything. Like
they're loving it. Yeah.
Whatever. Like he gets the hell on my nerves. And people were like sitting behind him on the airplane to Coachella, and they're like, my friend sat behind the Yodel kid, and he's singing. I cannot tell you how much that would piss me off. He was singing on the plane. On a plane, it's already nerve-wracking. Everyone's just trying to get comfortable, especially if it's a long flight. And he's singing the entire flight. The same stupid, raggedy-ass song that he was singing in Walmart.
There's no way he was singing the whole time.
Yes, he was. I will show you. I will retweet the video. Go to my
Everybody
Twitter.
wants him to perform, and he wants to...
He was probably practicing, but he can practice off the plane. Oh, my God.
I'm sure he wasn't singing the whole time.
Yes, he was.
There's no way he was singing the whole flight.
Yeah, I was going to say, because
blow his voice out.
And I guarantee you that's probably the only song he knows how to sing, because that's the only song he performs.
Maybe it's probably his best song.
It's the only song that people know him for. That's what they want to hear
Switch
him
it up.
sing. Nobody wants to hear him sing another song. They want to hear Day, yeah.
I want to hear from...
If I heard him sing and he didn't do Day, yeah, I would tear the place down. He's got to sing that song.
No, what would be real, if you want to show your, musician skills and how much of an artist you are, why don't you just do like some, where do you see my, like do the whisper song, or do like to the window, to the wall, and yodel.
Same genre.
Do hip-hop or something. It's Coachella after all.
Bro, he's yodeling. He don't do hip-hop.
From the sweat drip from my ball.
R. Kelly did a yodel song. We talked about this.
Skeet. Exactly. I'm actually kind of with Powercake now. I want to hear him do other songs.
Do some Cardi B. Do some Bodak Yellow.
All right, well, I'm sure there'll be a Diplo collab.
And then Justin Bieber was like, "Oh man, you did so good, man. High five." I'm just like,
why are they full of crap?
People are full of crap.
It's a fun story.
They're blowing up this kid's head. I went, okay, then let it generate. All this hype is good. Let it generate an album sales. If it generates an album sales, I'll shut my mouth.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it generates an album sales.
Because that's what really matters. If you're real.
It doesn't. No, it's a nice story. He's going to get his moment, and then he'll probably go away. And that's that.
Well,
he had his 15 minutes.
And even if he doesn't, he's like, people are going to forget about the yodeling kid, in like a year or two or whatever. Yeah. I mean, the kid's what, 11?
Yeah.
So like, if the kid actually wants to have a career, he's met Justin Bieber. He's got
connections. Yeah, he's performed at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
Like he
been
can
on Ellen.
Do stuff. Maybe he'll make it, maybe he won't. But the fact is, it was a silly, fun story, and why get so upset about it?
Yeah, it's just annoying.
It's not that annoying.
It's a modern day inconvenience when you have to go to the Walmart, hear somebody yodeling.
But that hasn't happened to you.
And then you get on a plane, you're like, oh, finally. Like, a long flight, I just want to relax. Sugar day, yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I have my headphones in, and I can still hear you.
And I'm calling BS on this because I know that if you saw that in real life, you'd have your phone out, you'd be filming, because...
I'd be be like, this little...
Because you got to make it about you, but you'd still want that...
Make it about me.
You'd still want that exposure, because it's not like... He didn't go viral from the original video. He went viral from somebody that made a joke about it and put it on Twitter, and that's when it started making the rounds. So...
And yeah, I'm sticking with that he didn't sing the whole time. He probably sang the song once.
Yes.
When everyone was on the plane, and then they took off, and he didn't sing it.
I'm going to show you this video.
Hold on.
All right, that's fine. But we're going to get going here. We can't watch a video.
I'm not playing. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, yeah, I was talking off the record.
Wait, what's Beyonce? I heard her performance was good. Did you watch any of it?
Well, she brought Destiny's Child out.
Oh, okay.
And Jay-Z and her sister Solange. So she had like...
Did they fight? Jay-Z and Solange?
They did not fight.
Deathmatch.
They do battle?
They did not fight, but like everybody was on there, and everyone was saying it was the greatest performance of all time, and I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm like, they do know that this Coachella thing is all run by like huge like alt-right people, and all these hippies are there, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, all these artists that support certain things, and this guy supports like he's pro-life, he's he's anti-gay marriage and all this stuff. I'm just like,
because they want to have a good time.
Yeah,
So they put it behind them.
I'm just saying.
Everyone's a sellout. That's all.
It's sellout.
I mean, yeah, you can
for the Instagram pics.
Listen, if they're like, hey, we're doing a comedy tent at Coachella, do you want to perform there? Yes, I'll be there.
You have a trans son. How dare you?
Yeah, and I can go out there and speak on his behalf.
No, that's not the right message. You're saying you should boycott. People should boycott Coachella.
Me boycotting Coachella means nobody. They're like, yeah, Bill
Beyonce-
get invited.
Beyonce
They're like, oh, Bill,
should've
you don't
won-
want it?
Yeah.
Let's go to this long list of other people.
I'm
that will
still
gladly
disappointed.
take it.
It was a great event.
You know
but it
what's
was a
more
great performance.
supportive to my son? Me having money to feed him. That's like one of the best things I can do.
You need to Beyonce
He
and
likes
Lady
using his cell
Gaga.
phone.
I'm disappointed in them. They both did great performances, but I'm disappointed in them that they didn't boycott.
You're not even a boycotter. You didn't even stop going to Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He got me
Yeah.
there.
All right. We'll be back. So I went and saw some apartments yesterday.
And how did that go?
I found one that I like a lot.
In your price range?
Yeah. It's higher end of my price range, but like still very manageable. So it's not anything that I have to worry about.
Has your requirements?
It has not only a view of the lake from like the living room area. It has one from the bedroom, so it like exceeds my expectation.
Oh, that's like a bachelor pad. So
Yeah.
you want a lake view, darling, and just like look.
I just would be happy with that because right now I don't even have like a real view at all. Like I can just see like a neighbor's house and then like a road. It sucks. So like having like being able to see that first thing in the morning will make me so happy.
And we're getting spring soon, so you're gonna see nothing but blue. Well, it's Lake Erie.
Yeah.
You nice murky brown water. It'd be nice.
Yeah, the water after you get out a little ways, like it's pretty
green.
It's pretty blue.
It's
It's
nice
pretty
and
blue.
green.
Yeah, it looks all right. So I'm starting the process to hopefully lock that place down, and
Do you
I'll have
have
a
to-
pool, but it won't be an indoor pool.
Do you have to bid?
Well, yeah, you have to put an offer in.
You have to outbid people.
No, I don't. There hasn't been any offers on this one yet, so I'm like keeping my fingers crossed that it all works out and I get this one, because I'm really like it's such a nice
It's
place.
your dream place?
It's pretty close. Like Grandma's setup is like my dream.
So it's not Grandma's apartment?
It's not Grandma's apartment, but it's actually in her building.
That's what I mean. Grandma's.
Yeah, it's in her building, so she would be my neighbor. So I run into her like.
What floor is she on, and what floor are you on? If you were to get-
she's higher than I am, but it's good enough, and the view's great. And once you're in there, you can't really tell, like you don't see any of the other apartments. Like you can't see, like it's high enough that you just see out into the ocean, the lake. So ocean's a little bit different.
Wow.
But, yeah, I'm excited about it.
This is a huge step. Like, you would think after you get married, get divorced, have kids, and it's like, wow, I'm buying a house, not that big of a deal. But this is a big deal.
Yeah,
Did you own a house before?
Owned one with my ex-wife. We owned one together, but this will be like the first one that like is all mine. And I can do what I want, to paint how I want, to decorate how I want. And I'm starting like from scratch because like I have some furniture, but I'm just gonna like I don't need that.
I
want
want
nice,
to see how it's decorated.
I'm gonna I'm not going to choose. Like I'm gonna take someone.
Have
that knows
Erica
what they're
do it.
doing. Yeah, like someone like Erica, if she can help me.
She's just gonna point like that.
But I want to get sets so everything's matching, so it's nice and it is just really put together. Because
how many baths?
Two full baths.
Wow, 2 full baths?
Yeah, it's a
this
nice
must be
place.
because one in the master bedroom and then one outside.
Yep.
That's what I figured. Okay.
Yep, and it is and then like giant closets. Like it's a very nice place. So hopefully it all comes together and I get this place because I'd really like to have something that I can just be happy with and just be in and have my own
I need you to have it
space.
nice and decorated and steak. So for
when
when
you move in?
not even when I move in, but when I just need a place to impress someone, like I don't know, like some type of professor or doctor or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I have a nice little place on the lake. I'm like, Bill, get the hell out of there. I need this one thing from you.
You just walk by me.
216-548-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Nothing advances technology faster than sex.
So fast that your head will spin.
And no one is faster at sex than Alan.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
$35192, you can text me. A live stream, you can watch at our YouTube channel at AlanCoxShow.com. Listen live if you like via iHeartRadio. If you do that out of state, let me know where. Rob and Lisa are brand new bureau chiefs. They listen in Yelm, Washington. Y-E-L-M. Yelm, Washington. Outside of Tacoma, if memory serves. Gave them the spot on the map this morning. When I was talking about walking down the red carpet at the Rock Hall inductions, it's, well, you look great, but you have all this press on either side, and you're no one important, but you can see the wood burning in their head for them to make that split-second decision if you are or not. If they need to take your photo for something later on, I imagine they probably take pictures of all kinds of people and then go through them later on and say, well, that's nobody important. We got there, obviously, after, like, the whole red carpet festivities, but I assumed that because John Bon Jovi wanted to buy the Buffalo Bills, that he, along the way, got to know all these other owners, because there were all kinds of NFL people. Like, Belichick was there.
Okay.
Robert Kraft was there. I guess people were chanting "Buy the Browns" when Robert Kraft walked the red carpet. And I imagine what's-his-name was probably there. Who's the guy that owns the Browns?
Jimmy Haslam.
Jimmy Haslam. He was probably there. I don't know how Robert Kraft responded to people, but I heard from friends of mine that people were yelling, "Buy the Browns," to Robert Kraft. I don't know what that would do.
Well, he's a good owner that makes good decisions, and so that would at least give us some stability there in the ownership, because Jimmy Haslam's been a little bit wishy-washy.
Lackadaisical, would you say?
I think he's trying to do too much, honestly. He made some decisions, like real rash decisions, based on the media and just the fans, and he's not he doesn't seem to know what he's doing.
And distracted by lawsuits within his own company.
Yeah, that as well.
It would seem. Cannot be good. So, yeah, there are a lot of NFL people there. I didn't run into any of those people because I was way in the back. They were way in front. I'm going to have another chance for you to get $1,000. Our $1,000 bribe continues once an hour, so about 30 minutes passes when we do it. So I'll have that for you in a couple of minutes. Did the whole Tribe Blue Jays series get rained out?
Friday happened, but Saturday and Sunday were postponed.
Saturday and Sunday postponed.
I believe they're going to make those games up in May. I don't think they've announced the dates yet, but I saw on the Indians' Twitter that they had a question. They said, when are we going to make up these games? And then there's the Justin Timberlake. It's going to be May.
Going to be May.
So.
Ha, ha, ha. Right. Anyway, Tribe playing the Twins in Puerto Rico tomorrow and Wednesday, I believe, a 2-game series. That's a 7-10 first pitch here on MMS. Cavs go down 1-0.
Oh, my God. That game was frustrating.
The Pacers, game 1 of the playoffs, 98-80 was the final.
They look like hot garbage.
Game 2 is going to be Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, and you can be there. We will have a pair of tickets to give to you tomorrow for Game 2 of the NBA Finals.
How are we going to do this?
I don't know. I just got the news before we went on air that I was going to have a pair of tickets tomorrow. I don't know how we'll give them away.
I always like the songs.
We'll do the impromptu Cavs rally songs?
I think that's the way to go.
All right. We can do that tomorrow afternoon.
I think those are always a hit.
You can win a pair of tickets here on the show tomorrow. First round of the NBA playoffs. 7 o'clock Wednesday night is when that's going to happen at the Q. The Cavs will do whatever it takes. And you know they mean it because they have a hashtag, whatever it takes.
Which is a weird hashtag to have.
Well, what's it been before? All in.
All in, all for one.
All for one. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
They're going to, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
We have to cheat. We have to lie, steal. Whatever it takes, we're going to win this series.
Beg, borrow, and steal.
Mm-hmm.
You can get all your playoff info at Cavs.com. And the hashtag, whatever it takes. NBA playoffs presented by Discount Drug Mart.
How about they play players that are playing better more minutes? Like Jose Calderon. He's been the best point guard for our team whenever he starts.
Okay.
He should start.
Are they resting him? What are they doing?
No, they're just. He played some yesterday, but he needs to be the starting point guard.
Is Frylock playing?
Yeah, he played. He actually had a very good game yesterday.
Okay.
But I think what you want to do is put the players that are producing out there. Calderon has been solid as a point guard. He has basically been the second best player on the team. Love scores more points, but Calderon just makes everybody on the floor better.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, they keep going back to George Hill and just not sticking with Calderon. But we had that long win streak earlier in the season, like 13 games.
Mm-hmm.
That was Jose.
Is Double T playing?
No,
is he distracted?
Play.
He didn't play?
He didn't play. He's out
on
of the rotation
leave?
right now. Yeah.
I'm being told that May 3rd will be the Indians' doubleheader against the Toronto Blue Jays.
There you go.
So whatever day of the week that is, that's when that will come up.
Let's say that's a Thursday. Maybe.
All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and say that that's a Thursday.
But we can find out for sure. I have
a calendar.
I have an app.
On your phone?
Yeah. My thumbprint is not working today. There it goes.
Did you burn off your thumbprint?
No.
I hope that's not the case.
No, they still there. It's working now. There must have been some sludge. Thursday, nailed it. I know dates.
Thursday, May the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Oh, I know who this is for. Now I'm sad.
Couple of big deaths over the weekend. R. Lee Ermey died. He was the drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket. And then after that, he was a former Marine in real life. And then he was in that film. And then after that, every time they needed a guy like R. Lee Ermey, they would try to get him. But it became kind of a notation around Hollywood after that movie. We need an R. Lee Ermey type. And sometimes they couldn't get him, but they would try to get him as often as they could. He died from complications of pneumonia, is what they said. He was 74 years old. That's a year older than my dad. Jesus.
An older man.
Older man.
I
love
am
him.
Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, your senior drill instructor. From now on, you will speak only when spoken to. And the first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be, sir. Do you maggots understand that? Sir! Yes, sir! If you ladies leave my island, if you survive recruit training, you will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death.
What you are about to hear is...
But until that day, you are pukes. You are the lowest form of life on earth.
Sir, yes, sir.
Private Joker, why did you join my beloved corps?
Sir, to kill, sir.
So you're a killer?
Sir, yes, sir.
Let me see your war face.
Sir.
You got a war face? Ah! That's a war face. Now let me see your war face.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? That was the classic confrontation between him and, of course, Private Pyle. Vincent D'Onofrio played him. What a great movie. I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket in a long time.
It's one of those movies that I absolutely love, but I can't sit through. Like, it makes me so uncomfortable because of how well it's done.
Well, it's why I remember back in the day, Platoon had everybody creaming in their jeans and it was winning Oscars. I was like, Full Metal Jacket's a way better movie than Platoon.
Way better.
Yeah.
Way better. And just the performances by R. Lee Ermey and Vincent D'Onofrio are just chilling.
What is Full Metal Jacket?
It's an army movie. It's a war movie from the mid '80s about Vietnam.
So it's like Saving Private Ryan.
No,
that was World War II.
But I'm just saying,
yeah,
it's a war movie, but
okay.
But it's a lot grittier.
Yeah, it's a lot grittier, and it's a lot. I would say more. It's not so much based on the battles as much as it is about the soldiers.
I just hate movies where it's just yelling all the damn time. Like,
well, there's quiet parts.
Could you?
Too.
I always forget that Matthew Modine was in that movie, and he's
he
like
was
the main
character,
guy.
Yeah. And he was great in it, too.
Could you imagine if Pound Cake had been in that Marine Corps lineup where he's getting yelled at by R. Lee Ermey?
Oh, man.
You maggot! I said maggot. Oh, all right.
I was watching ESPN the other day, and one of the female announcers, or just like one of the hosts, said, "Me love you long time."
Oh, God.
And I everybody just like skipped over it. I'm like, are we not paying attention to this? Like
Yeah.
that was a little bit
risky.
Weird. It was just a weird thing to say. Like, just go into a break.
Probably considered racist these days. If you're like, me love you long time, but that's where they
think
got that
she was-
clip.
yeah.
Me so horny.
Yeah. I think
for
she
the
was,
old 2 Live Crew song.
She was Asian or something, so I don't know if it would be racist, but it was just a really weird thing to say, and I'm sure she doesn't know the context of it at all.
In sports coverage.
Yeah.
For her, it was more like, boom goes the dynamite.
Right.
She's like, oh,
Yeah.
me love you long time. Guys next to her, what?
What?
What are you talking about?
What's going on here?
We try to give you $1,000 here. Somebody will win once an hour for the next few weeks. Our $1,000 bribe could mean money to you. Good luck.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the keyword LUCK to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's luck to 200-200. Good luck from WMMS.
Arlie Ermy dead at 74. By the way, people were texting me in the break when you were talking about. I said, if you're going to be in a rock and roll band, just keep the dye job. So you kind of look the same way all the way through. And you mentioned Howard Stern, and he swears he doesn't dye his hair. He says he's got gray hair, but it's kind of hard to see. And people were telling me my dad's the same way. He's 66. My own dad is 73, and he's only started to get gray hair over the past few years. Conversely, I started to go gray like in college.
See, any of
my
these
beard
guys,
is all white if I grow it out. I still have some brown in my hair, but
I'm going to need to see their cabinets. I need to see
that they're not dyeing.
I'm going to go through their garbage.
Except when you dye your hair, it is all one color.
No, it's not. Not if you use the Just for Men that keeps a little bit of the gray.
Right. What I'm assuming, though, is that if you are someone at the level of a Howard Stern, when you are styled in every other way, you're probably not pulling out a box of Clairol or whatever.
Right, but you also have someone that can dye your hair and make it look like, we'll leave some grays here and there or whatever.
Yeah, maybe
whatever you need to do. Because
maybe.
you can afford to do whatever.
I just look at somebody like my own dad, who has just started to get gray hair over the past few years. And I can absolutely assure you, my dad is not hiding a box of Clairol in his,
But what if he was? What if he
I would be blown away because it would go against everything personality-wise that I know about my own father.
Right, but that's
He's
one of those things where
the least ego-driven person I've ever met in my life.
But maybe that's one thing that's very important to him, and he, especially after everything that he's been through, through cancer and all that stuff. Like maybe that was really important to him, and it makes him feel young, but he doesn't want to admit it to anybody, so he just does it on his own.
I would be real surprised if that was the case. If my mom found a box of Just for Men underneath the thing, I don't know.
I bet your mom knows. I bet your mom knows the truth.
She might. I tell you what else was funny at the Rock Hall was, like I said, our table was way in the back, so we were up on that riser. And during Bon Jovi's performance, behind us and to the side of us, there were all these what looked like street team people taking photos and videos, and these girls who were all done up, and these guys who were jacked, looked like they'd flown in from parts unknown, and filming, and they're singing along with every word, and I'm like, this has got to be Bon Jovi's street team. They've got to be filming this for posterity or something. There's no, girl that looks like that is standing there pumping her fist, knows every word of every Bon Jovi song. Again, when you're doing Living on a Prayer, it's not like it's a deep cut.
Right.
These girls sang it at karaoke probably.
And I'm sure there's plenty of Bon Jovi superfans that wanted to be there for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he'd go as far as bringing in a street team.
I don't know.
That just doesn't...
You don't think so? You don't think they have a street team?
I'm sure there was just some Bon Jovi superfans.
Yeah, but they had some kind of credentials on, so I'm curious who they were with. I don't know. They might have just been bloggers for all I know. We were like next to the blogger table.
Ooh.
That could have been some. Oh, yeah, we were back there.
Radio and bloggers all together.
If you didn't understand how far back we were before, now you know. But when they were doing the profile of Sister Rosetta Tharpe, they pointed to some kind of newspaper column of her at the time, and they coined this term rock and roll. And obviously there are 100 different stories of where the term rock and roll came from. Some people attribute it to Alan Freed here in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Other people say it predates him, whatever. But I was like, it'd be amazing if another term had been coined besides rock and roll. Because obviously that stuck. You're like, it's the Rock Hall. I like rock music.
Yeah, because it could have been something way cornier.
Well, given the language of the time, let's say it started in the 20s, right? Rosetta Tharpe is a black woman playing guitar. Yeah, if they had called it anything else, like, the kids are into this Flip and Bob music.
Yeah, this bopper time music.
Right, would be the Flip Hall of Fame now. The Flip Hall inductions are coming this week. Boom and Shock, they called it that. The kids, then this damn Boom and Shock music.
Boom and Shock is better than Flip or Flap or whatever it was, yeah.
The Shock and Roll Shock Hall of Fame. Pling and Tweak. Sister Rosetta Tharpe, known primarily for her pling and tweak.
Yeah, it just doesn't catch on like rock and roll.
Somebody came up with rock and roll, and thank God, because it stuck. Because if it had been anything else, we'd all be screwed. Also a big death this weekend, and primarily for radio nerds like me, but probably for a lot of other people too. Art Bell died.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
If you've ever listened to Coast AM, and he hasn't hosted it for a while, it's been a guy named George Norrie for some time now. TAM might run it like on weekend overnights. Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell was this show that when radio stations didn't really have anything to put on overnight, AM stations, they'd put on Art Bell. And he was a guy who lived in an Airstream in the middle of nowhere, Nevada, and he did a show from there, and he'd have people calling in who were abducted by werewolves. And a clip here of this guy who was flying over Area 51, allegedly. And the beauty of Art Bell was you were transfixed by this show because he never sounded skeptical.
No, he
was
just asked
along
questions.
He just asked questions. He was along for the ride the whole time.
It was very, very engaging and very calming, too.
Yeah.
It was never him getting worked up one way or the other. It was always just, oh, yeah? Tell me some more.
And his own story was weird. Like, he had gotten sick, but then, like, his son got kidnapped. So he stopped doing the show, and he went underground, but then he came back to do the show. You can never tell how much of that was just him kind of keeping up with the image of a guy that was talking to UFO experts and things like that. But I remember driving home from gigs at like 2 in the morning and listening to Art Bell. Yeah, it was fascinating.
That was the first time I ever listened to him. I was driving back from a showcase in Louisville, Kentucky with Mark Colella, a buddy of mine that lives around town. And he's like, you ever listen to this? And, it was 1 a.m. And I'm like, no. He turned it on and we listened to it all the way home.
Anybody who called him, he treated them with deadly seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me how you've engaged in astral projection. 1997, this guy calls from his plane, and he's flying over Area 51, allegedly, right? He wants to see what's going on there.
It took me a while to paint up the plane because I had to use that Imron. The only thing but stick to this gel coat I got on. This thing's built out of Kevlar and carbon fiber. I got it stressed 8G positive, 10G negative. It's overbuilt. I tell you what, I want to get down here and squirm like a little frog that's been stepped on by a big dog when I get down here. A few minutes here, I'll tell you that. Because I'm not going to... Hey, looks like there's a F-16 coming up here.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. The military is coming after you, sir. If you fly over Area 51, what do you expect? They want their secrets to remain intact.
You're making a mistake.
There's scrambling somebody down there. He's got some afterburners on because I can see him. He's about 5 miles out. That old boy is cranking. Yes, sir. And I see something opening up here on the ground. I'm pretty low now. I'm starting to pick up all kind of buildings down here. I see something here is level with the ground, and they're opening this thing up. There looks like something's coming up out of that. I can't tell you what it is. It must be on some kind of a... hold on here. I got to make this turn.
He's kind of overselling it, isn't he?
Yeah, a little
So
bit.
the show was always kind of part War of the Worlds and part... You wondered if the guy was actually doing the show from a Airstream in Nevada. He did that show for a long time. And he died. Again, the guy that replaced him has been doing it for a long time now, too. This guy, George Norrie.
Yeah, when did he take over?
Probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think this old boy's going to head up here for me.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, he's going to be up here right directly because he's in the F-16. Sure as hell. He's coming. Hold on here.
I would advise you to turn your...
We can do this.
I would advise you to turn on your radio.
It'd be like if every weirdo who called this show, I treated them with the utmost seriousness and respect. Imagine that world. Oh, my God. So, yeah, Art Bell and Arlie Ermey died. Yeah. All right, listen, I'm late. I've got a break. I'm going to have Ween tickets for you later on. Dean and Gene are hitting the road after a long time not being on it. They're going to play the Agora on July 24th. So you want to see Ween? We'll hook that up. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show.
I'm just going to clean up here against you because, hey, everybody, welcome to Siding in the DMs.
What's up, guys?
Have you ever been in a fight?
I have been in a fight. Not in my adult life, but when I was in elementary school, I was getting bullied. An example of my bullying, if this is not going to go on my memoir, I don't know what is, but I was at lunch, just minding my own business, and instead of opening my milk with like the little sliver open, I opened the whole thing. So my milk's just sitting there open in the container. And out of nowhere, this guy launches a banana peel across the room, and it lands in my milk, and it splashes all over my face. So I was like, bitch, we fighting. As soon as we go outside for recess.
Did you really say bitch?
No, I was just like, hey, we're going to fight at recess.
That's such a different response. Bitch, we fighting too. Hey.
Well, I was still small. I was a small guy.
And then you fought him outside at recess?
I fought him out. Yeah, all the kids pile up. They're like, ooh. No, you'll never see kids run faster in a schoolyard when there's a fight.
It is the most exciting thing when I remember anytime there's a fight, because they were never really that good. Like, you're not really duking it out. It's just two people like
it's the excitement
grabbed onto
of
each
the
other.
fight.
Everybody just swarms, and then the teacher's trying to break through.
And they can't.
Yeah, that's like the whole part is your job as a student watching a fight is to keep the teachers from getting to them as long as you can.
It's so wrong, and we contribute to bullying.
And there's always that kid that runs and gets the teacher. Don't be that kid. Let them fight.
Yeah, so
don't throw hands.
We had a bunch, and oddly enough, we did not get caught. None of us I never got suspended for that fight. No one ever found out because our huddle was real good, and it was behind the trees. But how the fight ended is I was getting my ass kicked. I'm gonna just be frank. I was getting my ass kicked. So I did an actual
shocking.
I did a low blow, literally. I said, right to his balls, and he said, and then after that, I hit him again. Mind you. I did one of these because I was on the ground, so that was like my eye level. So I hit him, and then I kicked him while I was on the ground, and then he fell, and then we both cried, and then it was a truce.
Okay. My last fight I was in was my senior year of high school.
Ooh, high school fights. So you're semi-adult.
This is, I was, and I was working for my dad all summer, so like I was working, like I was as strong as I'd been in my entire life. And some dude threw a piece of candy that was in his mouth at me, and I went and ended up hitting the wrong guy. It was like these two guys. I hit the wrong one. Just clocked him in the face because that's disgusting. It was the food that was in his mouth. He threw it at me. I have a thing about saliva. It's not okay. Not okay. So I just went and clocked this dude, and then his friend's like, "Well, it was me." I'm like, "Well, then
you can get it too.
Yeah,
get these hands too."
But they had already broken us up. But I got suspended for a few days. But when I was in middle school, I got in a fight with a kid, and like these. Like I fell for.
You were a fighter, Bill.
Yeah, well, I was a little kid. I got picked on a lot.
I never got suspended from school, and I was picked on.
I got suspended all the time.
I never got suspended.
I was always in trouble.
Teachers loved me.
Yeah, I was not that. But this kid, like I was in senior year of high school. I hit my growth spurt, so I was about as tall as I am right now, and I could like hold my own. But when I was in middle school, I was like the smallest kid in school. Like I was the smallest kid in 7th grade, and this guy was picking on me, and we got into a fight. Josh Nicholson, I believe his name was. And he had me in a headlock, and I just kept wailing on his balls because that's the only thing I could do.
Wailing on his balls! Coming to a theater near you.
And got him to... And so, like, then they broke up the fight, and nobody messed with me after that because they knew that even if they got me...
He's the ball puncher.
I'm the ball puncher. So
ball puncher
nobody...
Bill.
I had no problems after that because people didn't want to get punched in the balls.
Bill busts balls.
For real. All right. We'll be back in a second.
Maybe you should listen to some Pound Cake songs to put yourself to sleep. That could do it.
Do you try like reading to go to sleep? Maybe that would be a better thing to do than just waxing one out.
Reading, that'll make you tired.
Yeah.
Clearly, if the waxing one out isn't doing the trick, it's not making you tired enough.
And yeah, you're right. And then like it doesn't even help because I'll sleep and then I'll wake up right before my alarm goes off, and I hate that. I'm like, I literally want these last 10 minutes.
Oh, I do that too.
Yeah, that's
like
the
my
worst.
body wakes me up. I'm like, why would you wake me up? Like, I don't get no sleep. I start cussing myself out, and that's how I start
I don't
my
get
day.
no sleep, brain. Why are you waking me up?
Like who does that? Who cusses themselves out before the day even starts? And like, you get dressed. I'm like, damn it, I don't want to do this no more.
It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Do you think because of your 4 a.m. hot tubbing, like that throws off your sleep cycle.
That's only on the weekends, though.
Yeah, but it's still a sleep cycle. You still have to try and get the bed
I'm
around the
trying
same
to
time.
live, though. Like, I don't get enough. I don't have a lot of free time during the week. So then the weekends, that's when I thought and bop. I need that stuff. Otherwise, I would go insane.
Right, but that just carries over into the week. I mean, it's just going to be a cycle you're going to have to live with if you want to do that.
I'm going to be like Michael Jackson and have somebody give me, like, propofol to go to sleep.
I need more milk. Doc, more milk.
I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go to bed. Are you ready?
Propofol.
Mouth wide open, I'm drooling. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to start my day.
Yeah, what could go wrong? Pound cake's on propofol. Comes in here all sallow and.
How does
What's
that
up, guys?
How does that even count as energy? Like, your brain's not recharging while you're passed out, is it?
No, that's not real sleep. I don't think so.
How did he survive that long by doing that?
Well, I mean, it's something like real sleep, but it's not real. Like,
yeah, if you get into a cycle,
that's insane.
But that's why you should work on something that doesn't require a very dangerous drug. Reading, a little meditation, just some calm down time.
Maybe
that doesn't involve getting your heart rate up first.
Right.
Maybe feeding your brain information can be your drug, Pound Cake.
I watch Wendy
in
Williams
the form
every
of
night.
reading.
That's not
Wendy
information.
Williams.
That information.
It's the 411.
And how, by the way, would that help you drift off to sleep watching that ghoul?
Call her a ghoul.
Before you close your eyes.
I just slapped.
She's terrifying. That's the last thing you want to see before you close your eyes is Wendy Williams.
Someone with eyes that don't close.
Oh. Whatever. What's her phrase? How you doing?
How you
right.
doing?
Right. Her Joey Tribbiani move. Yeah.
How you doing?
I was in line at the post office this morning, and the woman behind me had a toddler. And I don't know if they watch a lot of Friends or if she just thought it was funny, but the kid
of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. And this is the Alan Cox Show.
So we go to break, just getting done talking about R. Lee Ermey, the drill instructor from Full Metal Jacket, who became an actor. He died. Then Art Bell died, who did AM Coast to Coast. And then we go to break and we see that Maurice Reedus Jr. died.
Yeah, that's a
sax
bummer.
Man,
yeah.
The sax man. He was in here a few years ago when they were pimping that doc. Actually, let me get some sax.
It was almost 5 years, because it wasn't part of the film festival?
It was 2013. So he was in here almost 5 years ago. They said he passed away in his sleep. Anybody who was downtown knew who the sax man was. Gateway District after Indians games, people would see him playing.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was in here, I think he might have only made it one time, but then I ran into him downtown shortly after that, maybe a few months, and he started talking to me, and I was surprised he even remembered coming in here to do the show.
Yeah, I remember I would see him going to games or going to shows, and I'd always stay high, throw him a couple bucks.
So, Maurice Reedus Jr., celebrity deaths come in threes. There's your third one.
That is a real bummer.
Will someone be able to fill that void? Was there an heir apparent to the sax man?
I think there's someone with a recorder that's going to start playing downtown.
You think that's likely?
I think that's what's going to happen.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, would that end up getting you more or fewer donations if you were downtown after Tribe Games playing the recorder?
I think it depends on if they win or lose. I think if they're winning, you're in a good mood. You hear that, you're thinking, that's very silly. I'm all for it. You throw them some money.
So it's dependent on what kind of mood people are in as they're walking by. Right.
Now, after the game yesterday, the Cavs game, you wouldn't want anything like that. No, although it could work because it could bring a little levity to the situation. Be like, it's just a game. This guy's playing a recorder. My life could be worse.
Right.
So
it's just a game.
It's just a game.
A lot of people pointed out to me, they were asking, I played you that Art Bell clip from 1997 where the guy called in his carbon alloy aircraft, allegedly flying over Area 51, and was recounting, he said F-16s were coming after him. A lot of people were asking me if that was Dick from Dayton who made that call. I don't know if Dick has any kind of pilot's license. I have a feeling the guy's never been off the ground in his life.
Yeah, he seems like a homebody.
Seems like an earthbound kind of guy.
I mean, he goes out and does his gigs. He works his job at Lowe's and
hang out with his girlfriend. That's
pretty much it. Yeah, they don't live together or anything.
Oh, I think he's selling you a bill of goods on that one.
No, I don't.
I think there's a lot that we don't know about that guy. For as frequently as he calls radio shows, this one and other ones, for many, many years, I feel like there's a lot we don't know about him. There's no way that he is 70 and has a girlfriend who's considerably older than he is.
I believe that. No,
I believe
why?
that for
What is
sure.
she, 95?
That's what
She
he
said
said.
she was in her 80s.
Yeah.
I believe that. Why not? What else? You see him have a young, hot chick?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't think there's anybody at all.
No.
I think he's got a neighbor who he has tea with once a week, and when we press him if he's got a girlfriend, he goes, yeah.
No, I think he has a
Because he
girlfriend.
doesn't want to be embarrassed.
I think he has an elderly woman who's just like, oh, he's such a young, sweet gentleman. And the family probably, like, disregarded her and left her in, like, a nursing home.
Well, so what constitutes a girlfriend if you're an octogenarian?
That's
you know,
a
they
big
talk.
word. I don't know what that means.
Someone in their 80s.
Oh.
You know, when they talk about the rising rates of STDs among the elderly in nursing homes because they think that, oh, old people can't get sexually transmitted disease, which is ludicrous. Of course you can. Nobody uses protection because nobody's going to get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But it's rampant at the nursing home.
And it all started becoming a thing again because of Viagra.
Because that's right.
There wasn't anybody getting any for a while, and then they got Viagra going now, so it's getting spread around like crazy.
Yeah, you got old guys walking around with diamond hard boners for the first time in 40 years, and so things are getting passed around. So that's within the confines of a nursing home, but that's not where Dick lives.
I'm just saying.
I can see if he's like, yeah, me and Mrs. Johansson from 1A are getting it on. I could see that, but what constitutes having a girlfriend?
He probably takes her out for a nice little stroll out in her wheelchair around the park, and they probably do get tea. They probably talk about
her wheelchair.
A stroll in her wheelchair.
Yeah. So a nice little stroll, and they probably go to the supermarket. He probably buys her.
But he's not getting any, right? Like he's not.
Oh, I think he is.
No.
Why wouldn't he?
Okay, if he calls, I'm going to ask him. But he's
not
going to
gonna answer.
But he's not going to answer.
No, he'll say yeah because he won't understand what I'm saying.
No, he's not going to answer because we talked about it before, and I think we asked that exact question, like, "Hey, are you guys doing the deed?" He said, "Oh, I don't talk about my personal life. Okay, I gotta go by."
That means no.
No, I think he just doesn't want to. I think he's a conservative man. I mean, he did vote for Trump after all. Conservative.
Did he?
Yeah, he's a Trump supporter.
Huh. Well, what's that got to do with sex?
I think he doesn't want to talk about the sex. It has nothing to do with sex. He just said he didn't want to.
I think your political affiliation has anything to do with having sex.
Being conservative, talking about it, and thinking what happens in the bedroom between two consenting adults is their business.
But I don't know.
That's not politically conservative. That's just a guy who don't want to talk about having. I wouldn't want to talk about having sex with an 85-year-old either.
Well, when he's 60, I mean that's his boo.
He's 70.
He's 70.
Whatever friction that they create is whatever.
It's going to just be dust.
Well, he's got that.
All right, when he calls in, I'm going to press him a little harder.
He's got Lowe's, like, high viscosity
lubricant.
Lube. Yeah.
He probably smells like
something
sawdust.
that you use on, like, a car engine
For
or
pistons,
something. Yeah.
You get high performance out of Dick. Hey, Woody.
I was going to tell you my first Art Bell experience was I was out in California. I was driving down from visiting some relatives late night with my wife in the car, and it's the first time I've heard it. And this guy's telling Art a story about these people that came back from the future, and we're talking about how society had collapsed. And this was like in the 90s.
Yeah.
And society collapsed because of this depression that they referred to as a false depression. And the visitors from the future kept referring to it as the false depression. That's how they were taught about it in the future. And the guy's telling this to Art, and then Art goes, that would make sense. And we both just started dying. We couldn't believe the show was on with this kind of stuff on it. And we just started dying laughing. And ever since then, and whenever I was driving at night, I was looking for that show.
Oh, and you didn't have to look.
Ride.
You didn't have to look hard either.
No, yeah. As soon as it faded out on one station, you picked it out on the other.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thank you, Woodrow. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy. I thought that was Woody calling in, just trying to be all fancy.
No, that's why I put it where it
I'm
was
sorry.
from.
Thank you. I didn't know it was a guy named Woodrow.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Woody on Friday in Willoughby.
I saw a picture of you
Yeah.
and Woody. What, at your porch gig?
Yeah.
How was that?
That was great.
Yeah.
A lot of people came out. Willoughby always shows up for us, so it's always a good time out there. And the porch, they're always good to me.
Right.
I like that place. Have a good time.
All
Had
right.
some Absolute Lime while I was there.
Delicious. You know, it doesn't take much to make a great drink.
Right,
Yeah, I got you.
Vodka Rita, 3 ingredients.
Well, you know, those people in Willoughby, they're like the Cavs, really. They will do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Hashtag whatever it takes for the Cavs.
Rip these walls out and, of course, rewire it.
Yeah, you're going to make it all 220?
Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm. Whatever it takes. Hashtag whatever it takes. So tomorrow afternoon, we will bring back our Cavaliers postseason impromptu rally song contest. Each year when we do it, I add another word to the name of the contest. So we'll have a pair of tickets for Wednesday night's Game 2 against the Pacers at the Q downtown. We'll play between 4:30 and 5:30 tomorrow, but I'll give you the details at the top of tomorrow's show. But the Cavs lost Game 1.
First time LeBron's lost a first-round game since 2012.
Okay. Well, he played very well, though, didn't he?
He played very well.
Yeah.
But the rest of the team was not making any shots. Their shots were not dropping.
Okay.
And they were getting wide open shots, too. But also, they played Kyle Korver like 3 minutes. I don't know if he got hurt or something. But I don't know. I think Tyronn Lue is a bad coach.
Okay.
I think when Larry Drew was the coach, the team seemed to be playing better than it is with Tyronn Lue.
Well, what would be the difference between those two guys?
I think there's just more strategy involved, and there's more accountability, and he's not afraid to shake up the lineup. Where Lue sets a lineup and goes, "This is it. This is what we're going to do, and I'm just going to stick with this." Whereas Larry Drew was like, "Hey, if this isn't working, let's try this," and just because what did he have to lose? He was an interim coach.
I was going to say, and a guy in his position too. What does he have to lose? And for whatever period he's in there, he wants to show what he can
coach,
do.
yeah.
Right, that he can coach.
Yeah.
He's angling for a bigger gig.
For sure. And I think maybe it's time for Lue to get sick again. Maybe I think Mia Khalifa should have been right. She said that Lue got fired by LeBron, but he didn't because he came back.
Right.
Maybe he should be. Maybe he should be gone right now to try and get through this. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
I can't help but feel partly responsible because, as I mentioned, he had been out of commission for maybe a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran into him at the deli at the Bay Village Heinens. And we had the briefest of exchanges. I said, "Hey, Coach." He said, "Hey."
Perfect.
But I'm worried now.
Very succinct.
I'm worried now that perhaps that brief exchange could have instilled a newfound confidence in him. Right? Because I'm walking away with Gwen. I go, "Oh, that was Ty Lue." He's walking away with his girl going, "That was Alan Cox."
You think?
Guaranteed, right? So I can't help but be worried that I might have instilled some newfound confidence in him that might have brought him back to the game prematurely.
Before he was ready, and now we have this dud of a coach, and it's all your fault.
I'm worried about that.
How do we right the ship, though?
The only thing I can think of is that I will have to devise a situation in which I run into him again.
And it's got to be at a Heinen's.
Right.
And it's got to be in a deli.
It's got to be like Big, or I have to get back to the Zoltar machine at the exact right time before the sun goes down or there's a storm or whatever. Back to the Future is a more apt description, right? I got to make sure that the lightning bolt hits at the clock tower at the exact right time. I got to cross paths with him.
And you got to undo the curse.
I have to undo the curse. Now,
you're bad luck. You're like a black cat when it comes to Cleveland sports.
And anybody who knows me should know this. Remember when we went all in on Jack Hanahan?
Yeah.
This show went all in on Jack Hanahan. We had a song for him and everything, right? What does that guy do? He shrimps the bed immediately. I don't even know if the guy's still playing ball.
That was a long time ago.
Probably dead.
Yeah. That was before I was even here.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That's right. So I need to figure this out because, and I know people are listening to going, Alan, it's ludicrous that you would have anything to do with Ty Lue.
But it absolutely makes sense.
But that's just what the government wants you to believe. In the immortal words of Art Bell, that makes sense.
I'm a skeptic in every other part of my life. But when it comes to sports, all that stuff matters to me.
That's right.
You got to wear the right shoes. You got to wear the right clothes, the right shirt. You got to be sitting at the right spot. All that stupid, superstitious stuff makes sense when it comes to sports.
In sports, that's right.
Rip these walls out and, of course, rewire it.
Yeah, you're going to make it all 220?
Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
What is that from?
Mr. Mom. Michael Keaton and Martin Mull.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie since I probably watched it 10 years ago.
Wow. Dick has hose in different area lows. All right, good. Thank you.
Pound Cake, do you watch the game?
What game?
Yeah.
See? What game?
Well, at least he's not jinxing him.
No, good for him. He knows that if he would happen to see something, he might jinx them, and so he don't want to do anything that would be off brand for him.
Every time I attend a game, they always win. So
Then go to all the games.
Then go to the games. Why don't you?
Well, when they give me stuff for free, like when they give me tickets there.
Pound Cake. Hashtag whatever it takes. That it, including you purchasing a ticket. Mm-hmm. Whatever it takes.
Season tickets.
Season tickets.
And playoffs.
What did you do over the weekend that was so important that you couldn't watch a game?
Oh, I did absolutely nothing. I went to the museum, got a little drunk, and that was it.
That doesn't sound like nothing. You got drunk in a museum?
What museum?
The Museum of Natural Art, or the
he didn't even know.
Natural Art.
The Museum of Natural Art. I'll tell you what.
Museum of Art.
They have got some fantastic works of art at the Museum of Natural Art.
Just different food that looks like people.
That's right. It's just trees growing randomly, and then somebody paints part of the trunk.
Mm-hmm. We had a roommate gay day, and I wanted to go to the Museum of Natural History because I wanted to see dinosaur bones, but they had already gone to that.
But they wanted to go to the Museum of Natural Art.
They wanted to go to the Museum of
Contemporary art?
Cleveland Museum of Art.
Okay.
Right across the street, and then they wanted to go to the Botanical Garden. And then
So you were on the museum campus, is what they say.
The Botanical Garden?
Botanical Garden. And so we just walked around there for like a few hours.
Wasn't it pouring rain all weekend? Why are you at the Botanical Gardens?
We didn't end up
That's
going.
inside.
Oh.
Hey, but it is inside, though. We didn't end up going because we spent so long.
Inside? Isn't most of it you're walking around?
It's like a greenhouse.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of? Well, the Botanical Gardens are like you're walking around inside all
Not in Cleveland.
Yeah, out by the museum. What's the one where you walk around outside?
They have
and there's
both.
Trees
They have both,
and,
but
yeah.
in this winter they have a pretty big greenhouse.
I know they got that like that jungle thing you walk through, and you know, but it seems like more of a full-on dead of summertime event to me than going when it's pouring rain. And all that aerial flooding is going on.
Yeah, it wasn't raining when we went, but it was raining once we came out. But I really don't go to the east side that often. So when I go to the east side, I'm like, oh, wow, it's actually kind of nice over here. All I hear is ratchet stories, because when I lived on the east side, I didn't go past, like, East 55th.
Well, no, but once you get to the far east side, where it's the museums and stuff, and university, that's nice.
Still, it's still trap
it's
queen over there.
It's that middle spot between downtown and the east side. Where
People get robbed walking out of Cleveland Clinic, so that don't mean anything.
Right, but Cleveland Clinic's right there in the middle of, like, where people don't want to be sometimes.
Yeah.
It's when you get out to, like, the university area,
so I was
where
like,
there's rent-a-cops everywhere.
It's like I might go on a date here. This seems very sophisticated. I was like, are you over here by...
The art museum's a great place to go on a date.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I want to go. I want to go back. I was like, I'm glad I didn't go with you queers. I was like, I want to go with I actually want to go with a guy, and then he could take me to the museum. And then
I don't want to go with you queers. I want to go with another queer.
Yeah, I want to go...
I don't live with.
We'll go to Little Italy. We'll make a whole day of it, because I never, ever go to the east side. I only went one time for a date, and then... it didn't work out, so I never went again.
You fairy.
Wow.
I was on the east side, too. On when was that? Saturday or Sunday?
It was Saturday.
Yes.
So I actually drove on the way back. We drove past, like, the Rock Hall, and we saw the outside, how they were setting up and everything. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. They do have the inductions tonight.
Yeah, it was Willoughby on Saturday, and then Friday night at Willoughby, and then Saturday was my buddy Cody Cooper. It was his bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
So we played a little bit of football. Then we went and got some dinner.
Football?
Yeah, we played football.
Like in the yard or on Nintendo?
Edgewater.
On the beach?
Not on the beach, no. A little cold for that, but we were just in the park. Yeah, just on the grass, one of the fields.
Yeah, but how is it any less cold there than on the beach?
Well, the sand is colder.
Than the grass?
Well, it's harder to run in, too.
I understood. Yeah, but doesn't it make the sand harder when it's cold and therefore easier on which to run? Or no?
I don't know. We didn't go on the sand.
So you
we
guys
don't want to
are-
get off sand.
You guys are playing football in the park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we played for a couple hours,
Mm-hmm.
and I was pretty much all-time quarterback for our team because I'm not going to run. Those guys are all like 6 to like 8 years younger than me. Like I
Right.
was the oldest by a lot, and
Yeah,
the
but Cody
fattest-
Cooper's in the same shape as you, isn't
no,
he?
he's not nearly as bad as I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's because he stays a little more active.
Okay.
And he also is way more competitive. That's
Right.
the thing. When it comes to situations like that, I don't have the competitiveness anymore to be like, I need to prove to you guys that I still got it.
You just want to have fun.
I never had it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I never had it anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I do anything, the fact that I was even making throws and people were able to catch them, I'm like, I'm really good at football today.
Right.
And then I threw like 4 interceptions. I'm like, nope, I'm the same as I've always been. I'm really bad.
You were hoping that...
But I threw a couple of good ones, and I was like, that's good enough for me.
You were hoping that these current times would be the glory days that you would look back on as an older man.
Exactly.
One time, I would
Yeah.
tell you what, I was right in the pocket when we played football in the park.
Mm-hmm. With no pressure.
With no pressure.
Just basically just take my time and throw it to someone after a few, 15 or 20 seconds of them running around and getting all tired.
Right.
I just got to make sure I hit the right guy.
But everybody had fun, and then...
Yeah, we had a blast, yeah.
All right.
And
'Cause
then
you
we
were
went to the
you were at
Lido
the
Lounge.
Lido by the time you hit me up.
Yeah,
Right.
that was that's where he wanted to go to a strip club, but he didn't want to just go to a strip club. He wanted to go to the strip club.
The strip club, the Lido Lounge.
The Lido Lounge.
Yep.
And it's the first time I'd ever been there, and I would go back.
Okay.
I think it's got a reputation of being like a subpar strip club, but the girls there, they were hot.
I want to go back with you. I want
I'll
to
go.
go.
I'll
I've
take
never been
Pound Cake,
either.
Yeah.
Because a while ago, I heard they were going to shut it down.
Yeah, I think we saw that. I think that was
Yeah.
just some dumb like Facebook thing.
Okay.
But it was, yeah. I mean,
If you had
hot
gotten-
black girls, it was great.
Yeah, if you had gotten me a little bit earlier, we might have poked our heads in, but Gwen was pretty lit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're just going to go
that would
home.
have been fun with
Yeah.
Gwen all
Yeah, she
ready
was
to go.
lit up.
But we were out of there by like midnight anyway.
Okay.
And then we went to Corky's for a nightcap, and
then that was it.
And then I wanted to sleep all day because we started drinking at like 2, and I had to go and I watched the Cavs game with my buddies, and then I had that show last night and was just dragging ass.
All right.
I never realized, because I hadn't been into the Cleveland Art Museum since I was like in grade school, real young. I didn't realize how beautiful it was. I want to get married in that lobby over there.
Oh,
like,
it's gorgeous.
I want to dim all the lights there, put like our wedding colors in there, and then walk right down that aisle. It was so beautiful in there. I want to get married there.
Yeah, that atrium area.
I made
awesome.
I made up my mind on where I want to get.
He's already got it all figured out.
Everything except for the one person.
The groom.
Yeah. The other queer.
Oh, we can work that out. We have a stand-in.
Right. I don't want to go with you queers, Cody says. I want to go with this other guy.
Because they don't appreciate me.
I understand. They take you for granted, don't they?
Yeah, like
Yeah, because they live with you.
Last time I was there was about a year ago.
fairy.
That's why I took the edible and freaked out.
Yeah.
Why'd you freak out though?
Because I took an edible and I got just way too in my own head, and then I saw someone from high school and I got his name wrong, and I just felt like a real douche.
I was trying to heighten my senses as well. Like I was drunk there, and I was just because I thought we were gonna have a gay day afterwards. Like, oh, we're gonna go day drinking at the gay club, but that didn't happen. And I got real close. They had this one chair there from I love like old like Tudor era. Is that what it's called? Like medieval Tudor era. Things?
It might be
something like that.
They had this chair
Did
there.
you sit in it?
Where I didn't sit in it, but you know how I like to sniff things, so I got real close enough because I wanted to see like the engravings and all the markings and stuff. I was like, wow, a lord used to sit in this chair, so I got real close and it started beeping.
You said a lord?
Like a lord, like
right?
That's what
Yeah.
they used to call him.
Well, you were sitting in a chair at a museum.
I didn't sit in the chair.
He just wanted to smell the seat.
I sniffed it, so I got real close, but like I didn't even have to touch it to like.
He wanted to
set the-
smell a lord's taint.
Oh God!
It has some type of sensor on there where you don't even.
I
you don't
love
have to touch it.
I love people who have no sense of etiquette at museums.
What are you talking about? I
They're
didn't
taking
touch it.
pictures
Yes.
with selfies with works of art.
I didn't.
But they have
You
a
got close
field.
enough for a sensor to go
Yeah.
off. What are you talking about?
If you get close enough, there's like a laser field around it that you can't see. I'm sorry.
Haven't you ever
to let
seen a
know.
Mission Impossible movie?
That if
You're
you get,
sniffing an ancient throne?
I was actually upset with the guy that came around. He was like, "Hi guys, what's going on?" And I was like, "I didn't touch anything." I was actually offended that he asked me what was like, did I touch it? Because I was like, "How dare you think I don't have?"
Why do you get all
etiquette?"
salty? You don't. You were sniffing a seat in a museum.
I was sniffing it. I wanted to see what it smelled like. In
And
that
you're
era.
mad at him for coming over going, what's going on, guys?
Because
Why are you all
he only
salty
came
with
o-
him?
He only came over after the sensor went off.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
his
that's his
job.
job.
The
I
sensor's
know.
not supposed to go off.
But how dare you think that I don't have enough etiquette like that?
You
But
don't.
you don't. You set off an alarm.
I didn't touch it.
It doesn't matter. You went
It should
into.
wait till you touch it.
You do you gotta wait. An alarm should go off when somebody actually touches.
No,
Yes.
that's too late. Then it's too late.
It's
Then
not-
they could knock it over.
Not
Yeah.
if you're grabbing it, but like
The reason that sensors go off when you're near it is because they realize people are too stupid
That's not true.
to not touch
because
things.
some of the paintings on the wall, to tell if it's real or not, you have to see like the brush strokes and all that
But
stuff.
you're
You
not
wanna get real
supposed to
close.
touch them.
I didn't touch it. I got close enough to where I could see like the markings and the wood and all.
You got to
like,
get real close to something to sniff it.
It's a child.
I was real close, but like I didn't touch it.
You didn't touch it. You just got close enough to sniff it. And then you wonder why the guy comes over?
Well, I can extend my body to where I was probably about like a foot back.
You're like a
but I,
5-year-old.
leaned over and like just,
All right, which one of you queers set off the alarm?
oh, the guy that came over was queer too, so that he wouldn't
He
have said
hit
that.
him. Yeah, that's pound cake on the security footage. Right, all right, listen. I'm going to have those Ween tickets for you coming back. They've been off the road for a bit. They're coming back July 24th to do a show at the Agora if you want to go. Hook it up coming back. 35192 if you want to text the live stream at our YouTube channel at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7.
Hey everybody, welcome to Slide in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire, that's Pound Cake, and we have a special guest, Mattitude, and I actually heard Mattitude on Saturday night, the mix, or what is that?
Yeah, so I've been doing the mixes on 96.5 now. So there's the iHeartRadio mix at 6 that plays weekdays at 6, and then Club Kiss that plays on the weekends, Friday and Saturday night, midnight to 1 a.m.
Okay, so I heard Club Kiss on Saturday night, and Erica does the drops for those. And I was at a bachelor party, so like it's like 1:30. I've been drinking since 2 p.m. I'm just going home, and like it was just like a long night, and then I hear like my friends on the radio. I'm like, I love my life.
Miss Mattitude.
I love everyone. I miss them all. So I thought that was pretty cool. That how's that been going for you? Is it help you with the ladies?
I mean, yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, I have a little bit of a low-key announcement, so I'll keep this exclusive to our Slide in the DM viewers.
Side into the DM.
Side into the DM, excuse me, viewers only. I actually just got brought on at Forward for one of their residents for the summer.
Oh, hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
So between that and Kiss FM, the DJing's been going pretty good lately.
That's pretty good. That's pretty legit. Pound Cake, do you have any announcements?
Nope. Same regular bitch as I used to be.
You know where I did go on Saturday? The Lido Lounge for the first time ever.
Yeah, they're not closed?
They're not closed. I've never been there either, and I'm going to be honest, it was not what I was expecting.
No stretch marks?
All the girls were cute. All the girls were, like, cute to hot. Like, they were good-looking girls. I think the reputation is that it's like they're not going to be hot or whatever, but they're hot girls. It's like a black strip club. That's all it is. So it's like all black girls.
Oh, okay.
But they're all hot.
I didn't know it was a black strip club.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I mean, that's what it seemed like because they were all black. I think there's like one white girl that was like a waitress there, but everybody else was black, but they were hot and they were in good shape and they had nice butts and boobs and they could dance. Like
that's the one that's in Lakewood, right?
Yeah. It's on 117th, and it's I'm sure it gets a little rough in there because of the clientele, but overall, like we were in and out. Like we were there for a couple hours. We had fun. Like,
did you make it rain?
Oh yeah, a little bit because Cody, who is his bachelor party, Cody Cooper, was brought on stage, and then like there's like 3 girls dancing on him, and so then we're like throwing it out. I didn't spend that much money because it was like a whole day of things, and I was like, I'm the guy that just tips everybody too much. So like we went to dinner and I tipped too much there, and then we had like Uber drivers all night and I'm tipping them all night. So I'm like, oh, now there's this part of the night and I'm low on cash, so we'll kind of pull back a little bit. But it was still like, it wasn't that bad. Like I mean it was, I'm not like a super strip club guy, but I had fun in there.
I love a good strip club.
Well, and especially like you said, like that place is almost like a running joke just because you drive by the outside and you're like, oh, there's that place.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, you're the first person I've ever heard of that's gone
to it, yeah.
I've driven past it many times, but like Like I love a good strip club, and like it took me a while to learn the strip club etiquette, just because I don't know if I'm supposed to throw it up and have them like put it in their drawers, or if I have to like catcall them or like snap at them to go
Yeah,
there.
don't do that. Don't go.
Yeah, because I'm like, can I stick it? Because like I'm not used to going to female strip clubs, and I just was like, these men are pigs. Like they're going up there and sticking it in their thong. I was like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And
have you ever been to like a male strip club?
Don't need to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you don't. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but gay clubs they have go-go boys where they pretty much
I've
are
seen
wearing
them,
nothing but like a cloth over their groin area, and you just stick it. They'll come down, drop it low. You could get a little peek and stick it in there. So I mean, pretty much, I've been to a male review, but yeah, I love a good strip club.
Okay.
Well, yeah, maybe throw me up review or something. That'd go a long way.
Yeah, I should put them just a nice Google review for the Lido. Not that bad.
Not that bad.
Like that's the thing is I don't want to talk about it like that. Like, but because I was expecting it to be such like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And then it was like it was a fine strip club. Like it's it's not the highest end strip club, but the girls were all hot, and that's really what it comes down to. And my favorite thing that they do at strip clubs now is when the girls take turns, they go up on the pole and they turn it like the first 30 seconds of their song is just wiping down the pole, but they like do it as part of the song. It kills me. I can't take it serious.
I think it's
I'm like, I need to not see this part, but it's hilarious.
It's real lazy, the fact that, like, I thought they would get up there and they had to use their acrobatic skills to, like, spin on the pole. The pole spins by itself. You're not even doing any work. You put your feet on the bottom and it spins. All you gotta do is do that. I thought they get up there and, that was the whole point of why they greased the pole, so you can spin easier. Well, they don't have to spin.
No, you can't, because if you grease the pole, you can't hang on to it. And, like, some of these girls do, like, crazy acrobatics on the pole, and you have to be able to have a grip on the pole for that to work. And, like, some of these girls were, like, they're upside down, like, hanging out with their legs, and then, like, they spin, and then they, like, it's almost ballet-like, because they're, like, pulling their bodies in tighter so they spin faster. Like, it's impressive.
Well, you want to talk about a bad time in a strip club. We were down in the flats one time. I forget where exactly we were at. But this girl, she climbs all the way up to the top of the pole, and she's, like, hanging by her legs. And then she just, like, falls. And she stops on a dime, like, an inch above the ground. And it was one of the craziest things I'd ever seen. So she comes over after that, and my buddy goes, like...
I gotta give you all my money.
Well, he was like, that was crazy. Like, has anybody ever gotten hurt doing that? And she's like... Well, no, not here. But then whatever the other one in the flats was, she was like, but like a year or two ago, a girl tried doing that and she broke her neck and died. Jesus. So you want to talk about having a bad time at the strip club?
Yeah, I actually remember that story when that happened. The stripper that was that's dancer, whatever.
But just like I couldn't even imagine that. Yeah. You're talking about predicting having a bad time. Imagine being there and this girl's just like pulling some stunt and then she just
and
like
then she's dead and then
in
you're
front
like,
of you.
I didn't do anything. I wasn't here. Bye-bye.
Can I take my $1 back?
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll be right back. So I went and saw some apartments yesterday.
And how did that go?
I found one that I like a lot.
In your price range?
Yeah. It's higher end of my price range, but like still very manageable, so it's not anything that I have to worry about.
Has your requirements?
It has not only a view of the lake from like the living room area, it has one from the bedroom, so it like exceeds my expectation.
Oh, that's like a bachelor pad. So you want a lake view, darling, and just like look.
I just would be happy with that because right now I don't even have like a real view at all. Like I can just see like a neighbor's house and then like a road. It sucks. So like having like being able to see that first thing in the morning will make me so happy.
And we're getting spring soon, so you're gonna see nothing but blue. Well, it's Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Nice murky brown water. It'd be nice.
Yeah, the water after you get out a little ways, like it's pretty
green.
It's pretty blue.
It's nice
pretty
and
blue.
green.
Yeah, it looks all right. So I'm starting the process to hopefully lock that place down, and I'll have a pool, but it won't be an indoor pool.
Do you have to bid?
Well, yeah, you have to put an offer in.
You have to outbid people.
No, I don't. There hasn't been any offers on this one yet, so I'm like keeping my fingers crossed that it all works out and I get this one, because I'm really like it's such a nice place.
It's your dream place.
It's pretty close. Like Grandma's setup is like my dream.
So it's not Grandma's apartment.
It's not Grandma's apartment, but it's actually in her building.
That's what I mean. Grandma's.
It's in her building. So
Denied, call
she'd be
Elk
my
and
name.
Elk at 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Interbelt South is slow between Dead Man's Curve and Carnegie. 480 westbound is slow between 422 and Lee Road. And 271 is stop and go between Richmond and 480. I'm John Crawford in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
The road ahead is bound to take some unexpected turns. Farmers Insurance can help you understand your coverage options with their practical knowledge gained from more than 90 years of experience. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Find an agent at farmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Now it is time to give stuff away. Alan Cox is giving stuff away.
All right, the guys in Wien are coming off their sabbatical. They're going to do some dates this summer. They will kick off the run here in Cleveland Tuesday, July 24th. They will play the Agora. The tickets are on sale if you go to agoracleveland.com. Want to go see Wien? Pennsylvania's finest. Be caller 13. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show.
Sure, you could listen to another show, but then how would you find the puppies we've buried in boxes around the city? 100.7 WMMS.
35192, you want to text? You can watch and or listen. Now you have to do both. At AlanCoxShow.com, our YouTube channel, you can find the live stream there. There's a chat room as well. And I'm excited for that Wien show, boy. I think they got the guy who used to play for Henry Rollins behind the drums, so they got a good group of dudes. They were playing, I think they were like opening Primus shows in Australia or something, or I don't know. But I like Wien a lot, so that should be a good show. Tomorrow on the show, between 4:30 and 5:30, we will do this year's Cavalier's Impromptu Rally Song Contest for a pair of tickets for Game 2, Wednesday night at the Q, against the Pacers of Indiana. Cavs are down 0-1. You'll have a shot to be there Wednesday night at 7 o'clock.
Hopefully they'll even things up tomorrow.
Hopefully they will.
I would like them to have a nice long run again.
Well, Game 2 is Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah. Today's Monday.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So Game 2, Wednesday night, is when they will play. You have another chance to win if you go to WMMS.com. But if you have a good impromptu rally song, as we have done in years past, you might win tickets tomorrow here on this show.
Start thinking about your impromptu rally song now.
It's the Cavaliers in C-Town, 'cause this is the town where we're now living.
Right. And that wasn't even the winner from 2015. That was just a good one.
That was just our favorite.
2016.
We got LeBron, we got James, we got Kyrie, we got Irvin, we got Love, we got Love, we got Love, 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 Love.
Right. Now, at least half of those guys are gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have Kyrie.
We don't have Irving.
We don't. Right. Both of those guys left.
We still got Love.
Went to Boston.
Come on, come on, come on, yeah. It's the Cavaliers in C-Town, 'cause this is the town where we're now living.
Right.
Nice clean butthole.
That's right. So tomorrow afternoon, if you've got an impromptu rally song that you think should put you at the Q Wednesday night, you'll have your shot. And then Saturday, we're going to be day drinking, so I hope you'll come along for that. We're doing our superhero bar crawl this coming Saturday with Great Lakes Brewing Company down in the Flats East Bank. We'll go from noon to 5. We'll hit a bunch of spots in between. I've got my superhero costume ready. It's been sitting in a drawer for a month.
Ready to go.
I'm very excited to strap this puppy on. Go to eventbrite.com. It is for charity. Ticket is a mere $10.
Now, how upset would you be if Pound Cake and I didn't go all out?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about that.
It's fine.
And I just don't... first of all, I'd have to be a fat superhero,
Understood.
which is never good. Second of all, I just am trying to put money away to get a place. So
Understood.
I don't want to spend $100. You know, if you get a costume, you got to go big.
Well, I put something together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's not like a...
But you're making it work.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's all one color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you Green Man?
Huh?
Are you going to be Green Man?
No, not Green Man. You could be the superhero that. No, I'm not Dayman or Nightman. No, you could be the superhero that the comic book guy is in The Simpsons sometimes, where he straps on the mask and puts a cape on.
There you go. Maybe I'll do that. That'd be easy to do.
Yeah. So the first annual Superhero Bar Crawl with Great Lakes Brewing Company is going to be this Saturday with us, starting at noon. And if you went $10 tickets, you can go to eventbrite.com. It benefits charity. We gave away some passes last week, or gift cards to the places we're going to be going. I should have the charity info in front of me. I don't.
I think this is probably the longest bar crawl we've done. I don't think we've ever done a 5-hour one. We've done 4-hour bar crawls before. I don't ever remember us doing
We got a lot of spots to hit.
Whew. I'm gonna have to pregame for this bar crawl.
We'll start.
What? Why would you pregame for a
pregame for a bar crawl?
Well, you got to go in there. You can't go in there sober.
Yes, you can, because it's going to be 5 hours long.
Well, the thing.
I'll tell you what. You do whatever you want to do.
I wake up with mimosa. Same thing I did with St. Patrick's Day.
Now, who is mimosa?
What do you mean, who's mimosa?
Oh. Tickets are $10. The proceeds benefit the nonprofit Drink Local Drink Tap in their fight to provide safe water access to those in need. So we're going to be playing games. We're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff. You'll get like this passport where you get it stamped at each one of the spots. But $10 is nothing to get in to join us. And it's for charity. So this Saturday, starting at noon, you go to eventbrite.com to get all the info. Great Lakes Brewing Company and us.
Yeah, they dropped by and gave us about, I don't know, all their beer?
Yeah.
They had like hand cart full of beer.
Yeah, they had to roll up a hand cart for us. So thank you to Great Lakes.
Is that why that car was parked outside the...
Yes.
Yep.
It was full of Great Lakes Brewing Company beer.
I think they gave us 4 cases of different beers.
Yep.
Ooh, I want to try.
So thanks, guys.
And they're in the office.
They're in there. There's plenty there.
I can try right now, or I have to wait?
Yeah,
well,
you gotta
probably
wait.
want to put them in the fridge.
He's
they're just they're not cold at the moment.
They're just sitting there.
Try to find my oasis when I can.
Okay.
Do you need an oasis during the show? The 4 hours of the day.
Aren't we oasis enough?
Seriously.
What's the story, Morning
I'm
Glory?
Liam. He's Noel.
Yeah.
What could be worse? And we talk to each other. I saw our friend Mary Santora is going. Is she going sober? Is she getting sober? What is she doing?
She's going to take 30 days off from drinking.
She's doing a whole 30 for booze?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she talked to me about doing it, and then I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, I got this going on and this going on.
You got a
and
bar
this going
crawl on Saturday.
Got a bar crawl on Saturday.
Yeah.
I got lime maritas or vodka ritas going on.
Uh-huh.
I got, I got things to do.
This is a
I'm
really...
going to Dayton.
Yeah,
I don't want to be sober in Dayton.
No, it's a bad
So
time.
sorry, Mary. I'm backing out on the 30 days. Can't be sober in Dayton. That's ridiculous.
I've never been to Dayton, but I will fully take your assertion that you don't want to be sober there.
What I need to do is just pull back on my eating, and I can do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that. She can do the no drinking thing, because she was at my show yesterday, and she'd been day drinking. She went to the Cavs game, and she was lit
up.
Yeah, she was Mary Santora yesterday for sure.
Yeah, but that's when people always go, oh, I got to quit doing this. Is right after they're coming off like a low bender.
But her bender's been like since Hawaii, basically.
Really?
Yeah, Mary likes to get crazy.
No, she does.
But it ebbs and flows.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well, listen, we want nothing but the best for her. Whatever she's got to do to allegedly improve her life, if that includes a booze fast, then I say mazel tov, and good luck.
I'm just waiting for her to text me and be like, "You traitor."
Oh, you didn't tell her that you're not doing the booze fast?
Yeah, I was because I forgot about all the stuff that I had to do.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you
just moderation? People need to learn moderation, and then life is fun.
As much as
it's when you go over a cliff and you wake up and you go, "Oh God, I can't,"
Like I drank a lot on Saturday, but that was from 2:00 till like after midnight.
Yeah.
But I wasn't immobile on Saturday. I drank water.
Sure.
Like I was never puking or I know how to handle it. It just at this age, drinking, like just being out all day. The next day, I'm like, I don't want to be out again.
Well, for me, it starts with the decision, and we had to make this decision before the Rock Hall inductions. Are we going to Uber or am I going to drive? Because we had, for VIP, we had free valet. So I'm like, okay, well, Uber is going to end up costing me like $50 or whatever.
Right.
So if I drive, I'm not going to get ripped up. So I drove. Have some gin and tonics. Good to go. You know what I mean? And that way Gwen can she can imbibe.
Yeah, imbibe, is that the word?
Imbibe, sure.
Imbibe
to whatever degree she sees fit. And we had a great time. But if I go into the night knowing, I'm like, okay, I'm driving. It's going to be a long night. I can have a couple drinks. I'll still have a good time.
So superhero bar crawl. You driving or you getting a ride?
I'm Ubering.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm going to be flying solo, if you pardon the pun. Yeah.
I like solo Alan.
I don't think Gwen's coming. So I'm going to be Ubering. I'm not. I don't ever drive before a bar crawl.
Right.
Unless I know
you're not drinking. Really.
Yeah. Normally, we'll either have transportation or I'll Uber. So Saturday, I'm Ubering to the flats.
It starts at noon?
Noon.
Can't wait.
That's when it starts.
Do we know our first stop?
They're going to get me that information. Okay. Yeah. $1,000 an hour. We do our $1,000 bribe, which means $1,000 goes to somebody every time I play one of these keywords. Don't text me. Listen for the number they give you. People always text me, and you're wasting your text. So good luck.
Your shot at $1,000 now. Text the keyword bank to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's bank to 200-200. Good luck from WMMS.
Alan Bill can go as Captain Underpants.
Ooh, that's a good one. He's a man of larger stature.
Alan, did you see Chloe named her daughter True Thompson? Is that true?
I have
named her daughter
no idea.
True. Pound Cake would be the normal guy we go to for that, but
yeah, I already forgot about that baby.
Yeah, normally when they say, "Oh, so and so had a baby," they'll like reveal the name, but maybe she did that on Instagram. I don't know.
Usually they like to space out. They'll have the baby and then they do the name reveal later, especially with the Kardashians. Everything's an event.
Right. A lot of hashtags, a lot of whatever.
True Thompson.
Alan, my roommate, just got back from visiting a friend in Dayton. She said there's so little to do that even people who live there don't want to be sober in Dayton.
I know.
Okay.
I do these small town gigs a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm in for. And that where Wiley's is, it's like their drinking area. Like that's the Oregon district.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
They call it the Oregon district?
That's what it's called, yeah.
Now Pound Cake wants to go.
Not Oregon. Oregon.
Oregon, like the state.
Oh, I thought it was like Oregon's like in your organs.
No.
I was like, wow, they really do want you to drink.
They want you to get all up in your guts.
All up in the guts.
Alan, tell Pound Cake I was in Columbus this weekend, and they had tons of potholes, so I'm not sure what he was talking about the other week.
Yeah, because
everywhere has potholes.
Ohio.
It's the Midwest, right?
Yeah. Not everywhere has potholes.
Pound Cake has like this idealized, of all the places to turn into your own personal Xanadu, that's what Pound Cake has done with Columbus, Ohio. Oh, they don't have any potholes. Like, what?
They have a gay district.
It's Ohio.
It's good enough for me.
Every town has a gay district. Some places are just quieter about it than others.
No.
Yeah. Cleveland's is just one bar, basically.
Yeah, there's a, I don't know.
No, you don't. I do.
I don't. I defer to you. I am not at all educated on the current status of Cleveland gay culture. Right? It ain't my circus.
It's mine.
So I know. I defer to your wisdom on that subject.
I'm judging a drag contest in Akron for Akron Pride this Friday.
Good for you. If anybody should be judging things, it's Pound Cake. People think judge. They think of him.
As soon as those queens hit the stage, I'm going to be like, woo! Like, I can't wait. And also, it's my old stomping grounds because I'll be like...
Are you going to be stomping around? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Nick Jonas is going to be there the same time as I'm judging the contest.
That big Akron thing. Yeah,
I'll be down...
Akron Palooza or whatever it is?
Yeah, Springfest. But I'll be...
Calm down there.
He's getting all excited. He's knocking stuff over.
He's knocking things
just
over.
My water bottle.
All right. Well, don't spill it.
But I'll just be downtown, and he'll be at the Jar performing. So I'm like, I might just slide on through afterwards.
He's going to get over there. He's going to get all up in Nick Jonas's face and be sneaking backstage.
All up in his guts?
He's going to do the whole, where's the orgy at, guys? His thing. All right. Well, have fun.
I will. I already got my picture, so it's not like I need to be like clamoring to get one.
I like drag queen names. That's my favorite part of that whole thing. I used to live near a place in Chicago called the Kit Kat Club, and they would do they did a lot of drag shows, and the names are the best.
Yeah,
it's like roller derby girl names.
Yeah, those are a lot of
too,
fun too.
You know?
And what
Very punny.
What I didn't know, they also have like their own kind of like fraternities. Like you could join a drag family. So like if you have a last name, say if you want your
wouldn't it be a sorority?
Sure. Yeah. I was just saying it's like a club. If you join, you could join the Martinez family. Now your name is like Mercedes Martinez.
I gotcha.
So like this is my sister. This is my
I think
drag
a girl
mom.
named Mercedes Martinez follows me on Twitter.
Isn't that a singer? She get in some trouble? Hey, Adam.
What's up, Alan?
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
What's up, man?
I want to vent again. I've called. I call and remind you. I keep hearing my voice on the radio from my song from what was it like?
That was you, 2015. Yeah.
And you got a remix on it now. I heard that on the way. I'm like, I just got to come up and bust Alan's balls.
We've never gotten more enjoyment out of something that somebody did and didn't win anything for than Adam's Cavalier song.
You know what? I actually still have. I saved it. It was a little card. I wrote those lyrics out in my car.
You wrote it
to remind myself, and I still had the card. It was in my book bag, and then it moved. And I'm like, should I throw this away? No, I'm not.
No, you'll always have that card, Adam. You know.
I will, and that's all I got from it. But it's still funny to hear my voice every.
Cavs playoffs,
yeah, for the foreseeable future, Adam. I don't know what to tell you. This is going to be an albatross around your neck as long as I can hang on to it.
Well, next year when LeBron's gone, you don't have to worry about it.
What would you say if I called in and just did the same song again?
I would encourage you to do the same song again.
Who actually won over him?
Because I got outvoted
kid.
last. I think I got outvoted. Yeah, a kid won because everybody got all soft on me.
Bill was the one who really didn't like it because Bill was from Cleveland, but I wrote it kind of because you and Erica weren't from Cleveland, so it was kind of that, that sort of shit.
Yeah, and I was trying to make Cavaliers happen, and didn't. Right. Yeah, call tomorrow, Adam. See if you can. If
lightning will strike once.
Strike once.
You go to a first-round game where we're down 0-1.
With my work schedule, I probably couldn't make it up anyway, but it's still a lot of fun. It's hilarious to hear myself on the radio.
Well, there you go. Congratulations, Adam. You won at life, if not the contest. Thank you, buddy.
It's the Cavalier in the town. 'Cause this is the town where we're now living.
Right. All right, I'm going to break. I'm going to have Super Troopers passes for you. They finally did a sequel for that movie. It's going to be out everywhere on April the 20th. So if you want to check it out, if you're a big fan of that film, we'll hook it up. 35192 if you want to text and get to us for everything else at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
Hey.
I'm just going to clean up here against you because, hey, everybody, welcome to Sign in the DMs.
What's up, guys?
Have you ever been in a fight?
I have been in a fight. Not in my adult life, but when I was in elementary school, I was getting bullied. An example of my bullying, if this is not going to go on my memoir, I don't know what is, but I was at lunch, just minding my own business, and instead of opening my milk with like the little sliver open, I opened the whole thing. So my milk's just sitting there open in the container. And out of nowhere, this guy launches a banana peel across the room, and it lands in my milk, and it splashes all over my face. So I was like, bitch, we fighting. As soon as we go outside for recess.
Did you really say bitch?
No, I was just like, hey, we're going to fight at recess.
That's such a different response. Bitch, we fighting too. Hey.
Well, I was still small. I was a small guy.
And then you fought him outside at recess?
I fought him out. Yeah, all the kids pile up. They're like, ooh. No, you'll never see kids run faster in a schoolyard when there's a fight.
It is the most exciting thing when I remember anytime there's a fight because they were never really that good. Like you're not really duking it out. It's just two people. Like,
it's the excitement of the fight.
Everybody just swarms, and then the teacher's trying to break through,
and they can't.
Yeah. That's like the whole part. Is your job as a student watching a fight is to keep the teachers from getting to them as long as you can.
It's so wrong, and we contribute to bullying.
And there's always that kid that runs and gets the teacher. Don't be that kid. let them fight.
Yeah,
Don't
so
throw hands.
we had a bunch, and oddly enough, we did not get caught. None of us got. I never got suspended for that fight. No one ever found out because our huddle was real good and it was behind the trees. But how the fight ended is I was getting my ass kicked. I'm gonna just be frank. I was getting my ass kicked. So I did an actual
shocking.
I did a low blow, literally. I said, right to his balls, and he said, and then after that, I hit him again. Mind you. I did one of these because I was on the ground, so that was like my eye level. So I hit him, and then I kicked him while I was on the ground, and then he fell, and then we both cried, and then it was a truce.
Okay. My fight, last fight I was in was my senior year of high school.
Ooh, high school fights. So you're semi-adult.
This is, I was, and I was working for my dad all summer, so like I was working, like I was as strong as I'd been in my entire life. And some dude threw a piece of candy that was in his mouth at me, and I went and ended up hitting the wrong guy. It was like these two guys. I hit the wrong one. Just clocked him in the face because that's disgusting. It was the food that was in his mouth. He threw it at me. I have a thing about saliva. It's not okay. Not okay. So I just went and clocked this dude, and then his friend's like, "Well, it was me." I'm like, "Well, then
you can get it too.
Yeah,
get these hands too."
But they had already broken us up. But I got suspended for a few days. But when I was in middle school, I got in a fight with a kid, and like these. Like I fell for.
You were a fighter, Bill.
Yeah, well, I was a little kid. I got picked on a lot.
I never got suspended from school, and I was picked on.
I got suspended all the time.
I never got suspended.
I was always in trouble.
Teachers loved me.
Yeah, I was not that. But this kid, like I was in senior year of high school. I hit my growth spurt, so I was about as tall as I am right now, and I could like hold my own. But when I was in middle school, I was like the smallest kid in school. Like I was the smallest kid in 7th grade, and this guy was picking on me, and we got into a fight. Josh Nicholson, I believe his name was. And he had me in a headlock, and I just kept wailing on his balls because that's the only thing I could do.
Wailing on his balls! Coming to a theater near you.
And got him to, and so like then they broke up the fight, and nobody messed with me after that because they knew that even if they got me,
he's the ball puncher.
I'm the ball puncher. So
ball puncher
nobody,
Bill.
I had no problems after that because people didn't want to get punched in the balls.
Bill busts balls.
For real. All right, we'll be back in a second. We talked about this a little bit on Friday, but now we've seen the video and stuff. Yodel Boy, is that his name?
Oh my God, the Yodel Kid. No, I don't.
Yodel Kid.
I saw people were just going in on this kid. Not going in, but like they're reposting.
Hey everybody, welcome to Sign in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire. That's Pound Cake, and we have a special guest, Mattitude. And I actually heard Mattitude on Saturday night. The mix or what is that?
Yeah, so I've been doing the mixes on 96.5 now. Mm-hmm. So there's the iHeartRadio mix at 6 that plays weekdays at 6, and then Club Kiss that plays on the weekends, Friday and Saturday night, midnight to 1 a.m.
Okay, so I heard Club Kiss on Saturday night, and Erica does the drops for those. And I was at a bachelor party, so like it's like 1:30. I've been drinking since 2 p.m. I'm just going home, and like it was just like a long night, and then I hear like my friends on the radio. I'm like, I love my life.
Miss Mattitude.
I love everyone. I miss them all. So I thought that was pretty cool. That how's that been going for you? Is it help you with the ladies?
I mean, yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, I have a little bit of a low-key announcement, so I'll keep this exclusive to our Slide in the DM.
Side into the DM.
Side into the DM. Excuse me, viewers only. I actually just got brought on at Forward for one of their residents for the summer.
Oh, hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
So between that and Kiss FM, the DJing's been going pretty good lately.
That's pretty good. That's pretty legit. Pound Cake, do you have any announcements?
Nope. Same regular bitch as I used to be.
You know where I did go on Saturday? The Lido Lounge for the first time ever.
Yeah, they're not closed?
They're not closed. I've never been there either, and I'm going to be honest, it was not what I was expecting.
No stretch marks?
All the girls were cute. All the girls were like cute to hot. Like they were good looking girls. I think the reputation is that it's like they're not gonna be hot or whatever, but they're hot girls. It's like a black strip club. That's all it is. So it's like all black girls.
Oh, okay.
But they're all hot.
I didn't know it was a black strip club.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I mean, that's what it seemed like because they were all black. I think there's like one white girl that was like a waitress there, but everybody else was black, but they were hot and they were in good shape and they had nice butts and boobs and they could dance. Like
that's the one that's in Lakewood, right?
Yeah. It's on 117th, and it's I'm sure it gets a little rough in there because of the clientele, but overall, like, we were in and out. Like, we were there for a couple hours. We had fun. Like,
did you make it rain?
Yeah, a little bit, because Cody, who is his bachelor party, Cody Cooper, was brought on stage, and then, like, there's, like, 3 girls dancing on him, and so then we're, like, throwing it out. You know, I didn't spend that much money, because it was, like, a whole day of things, and I was, like, I'm the guy that just tips everybody too much. So, like, we went to dinner, and I tipped too much there, and then we had, like, Uber drivers all night, and I'm tipping them all night. So I'm like, oh, now there's this part of the night, and I'm low on cash, so we'll kind of pull back a little bit. But it was still, like, it wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, it was, I'm not, like, a super strip club guy, but I had fun in there.
I love a good strip club.
Well, and especially like you said, like that place is almost like a running joke, just because you drive by the outside and you're like, oh, there's that place.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you're the first person I've ever heard of that's gone
to it. Yeah,
I've driven past it many times, but like I love a good strip club, and like it took me a while to learn the strip club etiquette, just because I don't know if I'm supposed to throw it up and have them like put it in their drawers, or if I have to like catcall them or like snap at them to go there.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't go. Damn.
Yeah, because I'm like, can I stick it? Because like I'm not used to going to female strip clubs, and I just was like, these men are pigs. Like they're going up there and sticking it in their thong. I was like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And
have you ever been to like a male strip club?
Don't need to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, yeah.
No, I'm saying, but gay clubs, they have go-go boys where they pretty much are wearing nothing but like a cloth over their groin area, and you just stick it. They'll come down, drop it low. You could get a little peek and stick it in there.
Security benefits were denied. Call Elk and Elk at 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Route 3 in North Royalton is closed due to flooding between Boston Road and Edgerton Road. 271 South, stop and go between Richmond and 480. Watch for an accident blocking the left lane 77 South before 490. Your stop and go from 90. And Valley Parkway in Strongsville is closed due to flooding between Whitney Road and South Eastland Road. I'm John Crawford in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by NyQuil.
Oh, I can't sleep. I have to call in sick tomorrow.
Call in sick to your daughter's birthday?
When you can't take a sick day, pick up NyQuil, the nighttime sneezing, coughing, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. Read each label, use as directed.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS
Buzzard Radio,
an iHeart radio station. And this is the Alan Cox Show.
Couple of games of the Indians, the Blue Jays postponed. They have reset this weekend's games for May the 3rd. It'll be a doubleheader that'll start at 1 o'clock. I don't know how that will lay out here in MMS, but we'll tell you closer to the day. They're playing the Twins in Puerto Rico tonight and tomorrow. Or is it tomorrow and Wednesday? I think it's tomorrow and Wednesday.
Yes.
They're playing Minnesota down there. Is this something that they do every year? Is they play a game in Puerto Rico?
No.
Why are they playing there now when so much of that island is still in dire straits?
Maybe to
get morale up?
Bring awareness to it still? I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if it's a thing that other teams do, but it's definitely not something that the Indians do.
All right, well, tomorrow and Wednesday, they will play in Puerto Rico. Carlos Beltran will throw out the first pitch before Game 1 of the 2-game Puerto Rico series at Hiram Bithorn Stadium tomorrow and Wednesday.
Is it all one word or is it 2 words? Bithorn, not Bithorn?
Is it Bithorn? Hiram Bithorn? I don't know. It could be either. I don't know. I assume that's a local legend or a famous Puerto Rican baseball player. I don't know. So they're going back to Puerto Rico tomorrow and Wednesday to play those games. Cavs back at home on Wednesday night for Game 2 of the playoffs. I will have a pair of tickets to give to you tomorrow afternoon on the show. Between 4:30 and 5:30, we'll do our impromptu Cavs Rally postseason song contest, where if you think you've got something good, you'll just call in and we will judge you. And somebody will get a pair of tickets. Otherwise, you can go to WMMS.com, try to win there. LeBron says he refuses to get all freaked out at the fact that they lost their first game. He said they just weren't ready.
But they should have been ready.
Listen,
how are you not ready?
All regular season long, We play promos where LeBron, once they hit the postseason, he goes, "It's time to turn it on." Cool. Well, you're right. I'm only judging you by your words, King. Time to turn it on. Right.
Turn it on. Get it going.
Whatever.
Do something.
Whatever
it takes.
That's right.
Whatever it takes.
Hashtag whatever it takes. That's their hashtag this season. And we should all be echoing that sentiment.
Rip these walls out and, of course, rewire it.
Yeah, you're going to make it all 220?
Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Hashtag whatever it takes. When you guys were out playing football over the weekend at Edgewater Beach. Edgewater Park. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. Domino's has come out and said that they are going to start delivering to beaches and parks.
Hey.
What could possibly go wrong with this?
I like it. I could use some pizza while we were playing.
They're really in like a pizza war, aren't they now? I don't ever remember. These big chains with your Pizza Hut and your Domino's and your Papa John's. Your
Domino's
Little
is
Caesars.
winning, though.
Domino's didn't just win the pizza wars; they're winning the fast food wars.
Are they?
Like I think they're second behind McDonald's, and that's why McDonald's started doing Uber Eats, because Domino's is making so many sales because people don't want to leave their houses.
Yeah, and Domino's is the one having the self-driving cars to deliver the food and has the pizza in the cars. I mean, it's a $1 billion industry, and then now they're doing this. Like, I just had Domino's last night.
But are they still doing those cars with the ovens in them? I thought they did like 2 of them in Detroit or something.
Well, I don't know if they're the ones that started it, but the point is they're being innovative. And that's more than I can say for Pizza Hut.
Clearly. But everybody's trying to figure out what they can do next. Domino's said that they will their drivers will meet customers at beaches, parks, and landmarks in the United States.
That's cool.
Usually this is stuff they do in other countries, so I'm glad they're doing it here.
I get cussed out when the girl thinks my Uber Eats address is wrong because they can't find my apartment. I'm like, it's not wrong. You got to come around the corner. Are you sure? I'm like, I'm sure.
I've never used Uber Eats. Last night when it was pouring rain, like I said, we slept a lot of the day away, so it was time to figure dinner out. It was like 7:45. And I was like, let's just get, this particular place, but it was pouring rain, and I was going to go get it, and we were like, let's just use Uber Eats. I was like, no, because I don't want to wait another hour.
You don't have to wait an hour.
I bet I would.
You can check to see how long it'll take.
Yeah, they tell you. They give you like a good estimate. And you can do it by time. Like some things would take an hour, some stuff would take like 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, one of these days I will use it. I figured that late in the evening I wasn't going to use it. But if you have the Domino's app, the locations will show up as Domino's hotspots. So if you're like, hey, I'd like a pizza by the Cleveland sign, and bring it over to you or whatever.
This is like my favorite thing ever. That's great because I just like not last weekend, but the weekend before last, we were at Twist and we were like dancing, and
they'll deliver to businesses.
Well, no, they forgot what had happened was before we left. yeah. What had happened was before we left, because we were pre-gaming somewhere else, and then we stopped at our apartment real quick, and my friend didn't realize that we were leaving, so she ordered a pizza to our apartment. And then we left, and they said it would be here in like 40 minutes. And we're like, oh, it's almost closed. Like, we'll be back in time. So apparently they were ahead of schedule, and the pizza driver got real pissed. Like, you're not at your house.
Well, yeah, because you're not there.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't order the pizza, so don't get mad at me. And so she was just like, well, we're down the street at Twist. Can you bring it here? And he brought it. I was like, this is awesome. So we got to leave the bar.
Well, yeah, he wants to get the money. He's not going to just leave the pizza.
I think she tipped him pretty crappy, though. That's her fault.
Well, Domino's has region tested the service in Miami, and they said it worked out pretty well. Yeah. So, again, I haven't had a Domino's pizza in so long. They've supposedly, improved it, or I haven't had a Domino's probably since I left Chicago, because after a while, I would only get it because it was close to me, but it was like eating the box.
Yeah, it's gotten way better.
Okay.
Oh, I love Domino's.
Yeah, they have different crust you can get now, like the thin crust, and then they have like the handmade pan, which is real good.
That's the garlic.
That's very good.
All right.
The garlic white sauce, yeah, that's good stuff.
I justified buying a large one for myself last night by whatever I don't eat, I'll take to work with me. When I had
ate all of it, didn't you?
I had 2 pieces left.
Well, there you go.
My large pepperoni sausage, though, to myself. That's pretty impressive.
You ate a large pepperoni and sausage?
By myself.
Christ. Were you drunk?
Pizza.
No, I was dead sober, and I had bought Uber Eats earlier that day. This was like my late dinner. I ordered that around like 9 o'clock.
You are the laziest human on this planet.
Listen, if you can afford it, it's
he can't. That's what he talks about all the time.
It's but clearly he's making his priorities known. But people are making money in a laziness-based economy.
Yeah,
so
for
he's
sure.
a job creator. I won't give him a hard time for that.
And I tip well. Like I was like service industry people. Like okay.
Right, but all you ever do is complain about how you're always broke, and you talk about how much you buy like Uber Eats.
But he doesn't mind spending his money on food. Clearly,
but it doesn't matter if he minds it. If he doesn't want to be broke forever, he's got to break this habit.
I live below my means though, and the only thing I splurge on is food. That is my luxury. That's the only thing I buy.
Splurge on, not spurge.
I said splurge.
Okay, it sounded like spurge. But anyway, the point is you got to get it under control though, because at some point you're not going to want to splurge on food all the time.
He splurges on everything he sees.
But I honestly feel like I don't feel like I would save that much money if I went grocery shopping and cooked, because the fact that I know that's I don't know, maybe
you could save so much money.
But like,
how do you live
try.
below your means?
I don't spend more than
His mom pays for everything?
No.
How do you
Does your cell phone?
How do you live below your means?
And your insurance?
I don't spend more than I have. It's not like I'm raking up like credit cards or anything like that. I have I eat like once a day. And so when I do that, I like to get...
You eat once a day?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's going to make you fat.
We've been through this.
Yes, it's still going to make you fat.
These are the habits you got to stop
eating once a day
now and develop.
I don't
good
have
ones.
that much time.
You can make time.
Everybody makes time.
Yeah. It's part of being an adult, part of being responsible.
I just think like if I go grocery shopping and I have like stuff in my fridge, I know it's there, so I'm like, I'm still kind of hungry. Or am I really hungry, or do I just want to eat it because it's there? And then I go down there and I make it, and I'm like, well, I just wasted a whole pot. Now I have to eat it all. And like,
I feel like you eat when you're bored.
That's what I'm saying. If I know it's there, I will eat it. And then so like,
if you know food is in your refrigerator, you will eat it.
Yes,
but there's always food in someone's refrigerator. He's down to the mayo packets. So I know it's in there.
I'm just saying.
You can't hide from me, ketchup.
If I know that something's good, if I go grocery shopping and I'm like, okay, this should last me, I have no point of like portioning things out for the day. Like this is what I have a day.
So
I will eat it all in like a couple days.
A meal.
Right. So you don't like plan your meals. You just go. Well, that's the worst thing you can do though, is to go into a grocery store with no idea what you need. Because you'll either get
I don't
everything.
Cook anything. So I'll be like, DiGiorno pizza here,
but
pizza rolls here. Like I get like all junk food, and then like I'm like, okay, this will last me like a couple weeks.
They say if you want to stay healthy, you should only shop at the perimeter of a grocery store, right? The produce and whatever. Pound Cake goes right to the frozen food section. He wears a coat when he goes grocery shopping because he knows he'll be cold because he's only in the frozen food section.
I'll get several versions of the same thing. Like I'll get a DiGiorno pizza, then I'll get pizza rolls, then I'll get a French bread pizza. I'm like these are all the same things, just different.
It's a lot of bread, and you'll eat a large one yourself.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of bread. A lot of bread.
Listen, I can do it. I'm very capable of doing that, but you got to stop. You got to get it under control.
Don't stop.
Just keep going?
No,
Let's
yes.
get fat pound cake?
I want to see fat pound cake.
Fat pound cake.
Hashtag fat pound cake.
I'm sure the Photoshops are already being made.
Fat pound cake. Fat pound cake.
Well, at least I'll live up to the name.
Fat pound cake.
It looks
fat
greasy.
Pound cake. Ha!
Uh-huh.
Pounds cake.
Pounds cake.
God damn it, I like chicken, okay?
Right. Yeah, no, don't stop. Keep eating. You do you, boo. Whatever you got to do. Listen, if you've set aside money for Uber Eats, then you're right. You're not cutting in anything else. It's not like you can't keep the lights on because you got Kung Pao chicken driven up to your front door.
He gets beef and broccoli.
That's
how much he orders food.
You know what he gets?
His orders.
Wow,
yes.
you get the same. But you get the same thing all the time.
You always talk about beef and broccoli.
It's chicken and broccoli, but when I switch it up and I want to feel indifferent, I get beef and broccoli. So that's the alternate.
Okay, all right.
When you want to feel indifferent.
Well, I'm like,
feel different.
Oh.
He just doesn't know how to use words.
I want to feel indifferent.
When I feel different.
When I feel like I don't care.
Yeah. But so you get the same thing all the time from the same places?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you were to order, I think the thing that's kept me from doing stuff like Uber Eats is because I keep hearing these stories that people are like, oh, I'm so lazy, I sent somebody to get me French fries, and then it costs like $14.
Yeah.
Like I ain't paying $14 for $1 thing of French fries.
How much does it cost? Like what?
I guess how much is your immobility worth to you?
What was your last order and how much did it cost?
I could tell you what it was because I ordered it on Saturday. My order is usually about $10. So $10 worth of food, and then it's like a $5 delivery fee. So like $15.
And then you tip on top of that?
Yeah, so I tip them like $2.
So it's $17.
So it's
for $10 for food. Yeah.
So it's doubling the cost of the food.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
And that's worth it?
Well, convenience fee. But like, if I'm drunk, then I'm like, okay, it's cheaper than a DUI.
Well,
so,
drunk is a different situation.
No, I'm not even putting drunk. You said you ate a large pizza.
I'm just trying to justify
cold
it.
sober.
Mm-hmm.
No, that wasn't from Uber Eats. That was from Domino's. Like I ordered that.
Okay.
But still, that's
you ate a large pepperoni and sausage by yourself.
By myself.
And I'm assuming you didn't get thin crust.
No.
You got full hand tossed, so it's a lot of bread, a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Did you get breadsticks with it?
No, I just got the simple pizza.
Was it the hand tossed or the pan?
I don't. Just the regular crust.
Okay.
Just regular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Because that pan is like real thick and
No,
it is
it's not that
greasy. It's good, but it is greasy.
I don't like deep dish pizza.
It looks greasy.
That's not like a deep dish. It's just a
pan pizza.
crust. Yeah,
it's a lot of bread.
Yeah.
It's like they took French toast and made a pizza out of it.
Yeah.
Or Texas toast. Wow. Well, that's impressive in its own right, I guess. To some degree, that's an impressive thing.
When I was in college, I used to like
because I bet you weren't even that hungry. It was just in front of you, and you stopped with 2 pieces left.
Just so you could say, I have 2 pieces for tomorrow.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
I've been there, man. Do you not know how to cook?
No, I don't know how to cook.
You should learn how to cook.
I want to learn how to
I don't think he has an interest in learning how to cook.
I have an interest. It's just I have no motivation. So
I'm not a great cook, but I know how to cook enough, and I think a lot
I
of
don't
times
cook the right things though. Like, cause if I want to cook, I'm like, oh, teach me how to make stir fry. Like, that's not helping anything. You could order that.
By the way, teach me how to make stir fry. The directions are literally in the name of the food. Stir fry.
You know what I mean, though. Like, I will make something unhealthy when.
But it's even gonna. But if you make it yourself, it's gonna be healthier than if you get it from takeout.
You go to the frozen food section. You don't even have to leave the section. Instead of getting pizzas, get a bag of stir fry. You put it in the pan and cook it.
Yeah.
And then put it into a bowl. It's vegetables and whatever else.
Or get like some healthy choice meals or something.
Frozen vegetables are just as good for you as other ones. They're still vegetables. Better than eating a large pizza.
That's not all the time. That's a specialty.
I have a feeling it sounds pretty regular.
Let me see the points you got on your Domino's app.
You're not calling Uber Eats for chicken and broccoli Rob.
Well, no, I didn't
You're
say
calling Uber Eats for Hey, could you get me one of those jelly donut stuffed crust pizzas with the pepperoni and that sounds really good.
Uber Eats, I didn't say was a specialty. I get that pretty regularly, but
Uber Eats, and what? It's just a dude who, when he's not picking up people, he's picking up food.
Yeah, there's people that just drive Uber Eats.
Yeah, they don't like interacting with people.
They just want to pick up food
because they don't like the interaction. They just drop off the food and then
they're out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I have a couple friends that do that, and they like it.
Okay.
It's ridiculous, though, because sometimes, like, I won't get... Sometimes I'm like, it is out of hand, because I'll order, like, my same $10 worth of food, and then, like, if it's real busy, like, if a Cavs game, it has, like, the same surge prices as if you were, like, getting a ride downtown. So sometimes if it's really busy, it's like, okay, your service fee is, like, $15.
That's what I mean, depending on what you're getting.
I don't get that.
Do you cancel it then?
You can see before you order it, like, how much it'll be. I'm like, I'll starve before I do that. The cheapness in me is not allowed to do that.
That's his splurge pricing. They drop his food off.
No, if it's like $5, I'm like, $5 isn't nothing. Like, I'd rather pay $5. Like, I consider it, I'm like, is that, how far away is it? Is that $5 worth of gas? I try to justify it in my brain.
It's not. It's not worth it. I've always been a guy that prefers picking up the pizza. Like, I'll order it and then go pick it up because you just save so much money by doing that.
And I have coupons too that I have yet to use for picking it up. But by the time I get home,
all the money you could be saving, man.
I know, but by the time I get home, I'm just like, I just want to like melt into my couch. I don't want to move. I want to just have.
You don't have strenuous jobs.
By the way, you keep eating like that, you are gonna melt into your couch. They're gonna have to cut the wall out of your house, and you will have like started to meld with your armchair, like when the fibers go into their bodies, like because they haven't moved.
I'd understand this if he was like a physical worker, like if he was out there working
landscaping
construction or
landscaping, manual labor,
something like that. or working in a factory, you sit and talk on the phone, and then you talk to us, and you answer phone.
It's still tiring.
It's
still
tiring,
a long
but
day.
you're not. It's not.
It's a long day.
It is very tiring when you don't do that much. That's true. You'll never be more tired than like on a Sunday when you sit around all day long. It's exhausting.
And then you just eat
because you
a
haven't
lot
moved
of food,
all day.
and then you go into, and then you can't sleep because you're not eating the right stuff. You gotta fix that life, man.
Alan Poundcake eats like I do, and I'm 400 pounds.
He's on his way.
People are telling me eating once a day to make you fat. Of course it does. Eating once a day slows your metabolism down. Now, again, it depends on what you eat, but if you get in the habit of eating once a day, you will eventually probably get real skinny, but short term, your body will think you're going into starvation mode, so it'll start storing fat. So eating once a day can make you chubby.
And especially if you're eating pizza for one of those meals. It's not like he's...
Obviously, if you're eating celery once a day, that's a different situation, but most people aren't doing that. Most people eat once a day. It's because they know their diet sucks. So they're like, oh, I'll cut it down to 1. But again, you got to do you, Poundcake.
You can get into that skinny fat body where you're not like a big fat guy, but you're just lumpy.
Yeah, you look like Gru from Despicable Me. real skinny everywhere else, and they have a big gut. But I don't want them to have to cut you out of your apartment, Poundcake.
I don't want them to have to either.
We're cheering for Fat Poundcake.
They're gonna but I'm conflicted because I don't want them finding him trapped under his Efton because he can't move.
Efton's gone.
Well, whatever. But the memory remains.
It's a stain on the brain.
Stain for sure.
Stain on something.
Yes, no.
What is that? Oh, that's Alfredo sauce. Oh, thank God. I wasn't sure. All right, well, anyway.
Maybe I'll do some Blue Apron. Maybe that would be like my splurge then.
Yeah, $11 a plate for chicken and vegetables.
And those are
Good
meals
idea.
for 2.
Yeah. Hey, but if you ate broccoli for 2, you know.
Or maybe if I ate twice a day, that could be both of my meals.
Just
I like when he goes, I eat once a day because I don't have time.
Well, I'm just maybe
if you prepared food, you'd have time.
Yeah, just learn to cook. Watch some videos. Find out how to make some simple meals.
Yeah, you're right.
Get some of those oatmeal squeezies I have. There's breakfast
there
right there. I eat breakfast in under 60 seconds. All right, Super Troopers passes for you. All you nerds who've been clamoring for a Super Troopers sequel, they finally did it. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be everywhere. This Friday, get you a couple of tickets to see that movie. Coming back. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7.
Maybe you should listen to some Poundcake songs to put yourself to sleep. That could do it.
Do you try like reading to go to sleep? Maybe that would be a better thing to do than just waxing one out.
Reading, that'll make you tired.
Yeah.
Clearly, if the waxing one out isn't doing the trick, it's not making you tired enough.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right. And then it doesn't even help because I'll sleep and then I'll wake up right before my alarm goes off, and I hate that. I'm like, I literally want these last 10 minutes.
Oh, I do that too.
Yeah, that's
my body wakes me up. I'm like, why would you wake me up? I don't get no sleep. I start cussing myself out, and that's how I
don't get no sleep, brain. Why are you waking me up?
Who does that? Who cusses themselves out before the day even starts? And you get dressed. I'm like, damn it, I don't want to do this no more.
It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Do you think because of your 4 a.m. hot tubbing, that throws off your sleep cycle?
That's only on the weekends, though.
Yeah, but it's still a sleep cycle. You still have to try and get to bed around the same
I'm trying
time.
to live, though. I don't get enough. I don't have a lot of free time during the week. So then the weekends, that's when I thought and bop. I need that stuff. Otherwise, I would go insane.
Right, but that just carries over into the week. I mean, it's just going to be a cycle you're going to have to live with if you want to do that.
I'm going to be like Michael Jackson and have somebody give me propofol to go to sleep.
I need more milk. Doc, more milk.
I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go to bed. Are you ready?
Propofol.
Mouth wide open, I'm drooling. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to start my day.
Yeah, what could go wrong? Poundcake's on propofol. Comes in here all sallow and.
How does
What's
that
up, guys?
How does that even count as energy? Your brain's not recharging while you're passed out, is it?
No, that's not real sleep. I don't think so.
How did he survive that long by doing that?
Well, it's something like real sleep, but it's not real
Yeah, if you get into a cycle,
that's insane.
But that's why you should work on something that doesn't require a very dangerous drug. Reading, a little meditation, just some calm down time.
Maybe
that doesn't involve getting your heart rate up first.
Right.
maybe feeding your brain information can be your drug, Pound Cake.
I watch Wendy
in
Williams
the form
every
of
night.
reading.
That's not
Wendy
information.
Williams.
That information.
It's the 411.
And how, by the way, would that help you drift off to sleep watching that ghoul?
Call her a ghoul.
Before you close your eyes.
I just slapped.
She's terrifying. That's the last thing you want to see before you close your eyes is Wendy Williams.
Someone with eyes that don't close.
Oh. Well, whatever. What's her phrase? How you doing?
How you
right.
doing?
Right. Her Joey Tribbiani move. Yeah.
How you doing?
I was in line at the post office this morning, and the woman behind me had a toddler. And I don't know if they watch a lot of Friends or if she just thought it was funny, but the kid kept going, "How you doing?" And the mom would go, "How you doing? How you doing?" And she was clearly doing it. With a toddler, you have to get them into like a feedback loop to keep them calm before they realize there's other stuff they could be looking at or doing. So she was clearly trying to do that. But it's like, wow, how did that start with that family? Either the mom was a Friends fan and thought it was funny, or the kid just heard it and started doing it, and it became his thing. How you doing? Or maybe the kid was a big Wendy Williams fan.
Maybe.
That just now occurred to me.
Did he do it like
maybe
this?
the mom watches Wendy Williams, and that's where it came from. See, I'm showing my age. I go right to Friends. I bet the mom watches Wendy Williams. She looked like she was all of 24 years old.
Did he like extend his hands and was just like, "How you doing?" like that?
Extend his hands?
Yeah, do this. That's how she does it. She goes, "How you doing?"
Oh, like the drying your nails thing? No, didn't do that. I only
Just say it real quick.
I'm trying to eat nuts. Say what? The YouTube stuff?
So I went and saw some apartments yesterday.
And how did that go?
I found one that I like a lot.
In your price range?
Yeah. It's higher end of my price range, but like still very manageable, so it's not anything that I have to worry about.
Has your requirements?
It has not only a view of the lake from like the living room area, it has one from the bedroom, so it like exceeds my expectation.
Oh, that's like a bachelor pad. So
Yeah.
you want a lake view, darling, and just like look.
I just would be happy with that because right now I don't even have like a real view at all. Like I can just see like a neighbor's house and then like a road. It sucks. So like having like being able to see that first thing in the morning will make me so happy.
And we're getting spring soon, so you're gonna have to see nothing but blue. Well, it's Lake Erie.
Yeah.
You nice murky brown water. It'd be nice.
Yeah, the water after you get out a little ways, like it's pretty
green.
It's pretty blue.
It's
It's
nice
pretty
and
blue.
green.
Yeah, it looks all right. So I'm starting the process to hopefully lock that place down, and
Do you
I'll have
have
a
to-
pool, but it won't be an indoor pool.
Do you have to bid?
Well, yeah, you have to put an offer in.
You have to outbid people.
No, I don't. There hasn't been any offers on this one yet, so I'm like keeping my fingers crossed that it all works out and I get this one, because I'm really like it's such a nice
It's
place.
your dream place?
It's pretty close. Like Grandma's setup is like my dream.
So it's not Grandma's apartment?
It's not Grandma's apartment, but it's actually in her building.
That's what I mean. Grandma's.
Yeah, it's in her building, so she would be my neighbor. So I run into her like.
What floor is she on, and what floor are you on? If you were to get-
she's higher than I am, but it's good enough, and the view's great. And once you're in there, you can't really tell, like you don't see any of the other apartments. Like you can't see it's high enough that you just see out into the ocean the lake. So ocean's a little bit different.
Wow.
But, yeah, I'm excited about it.
This is a huge step. Like, you would think after you get married, get divorced, have kids, and it's like, wow, I'm buying a house, not that big of a deal. But this is a big deal.
Yeah,
Did you own a house before?
Owned one with my ex-wife. We owned one together, but this will be like the first one that like is all mine. And I can do what I want, to paint how I want, to decorate it how I want. And I'm starting like from scratch because like I have some furniture, but I'm just gonna like I don't need that.
I
want
want
nice,
to see how it's decorated.
I'm gonna I'm not going to choose. Like I'm gonna take someone.
Have
that knows
Erica
what they're
do it.
doing. Yeah, like someone like Erica if she can help me.
She's just gonna point like that.
But I'm gonna get sets so everything's matching, so it's nice and it is just really put together. Because
how many baths?
Two full baths.
Wow, 2 full baths?
Yeah, it's a
this
nice
must be
place.
a space. Oh, because one in the master bedroom and then one outside.
Yep.
That's what I figured. Okay.
Yep, and and then like giant closets. Like it's a very nice place. So hopefully it all comes together and I get this place, because I'd really like to have something that I can just be happy with and just be in and have my own
I need you to have
space.
it nice and decorated and steak. So for
when
when I
you move in?
not even when I move in, but when I just need a place to impress someone, like I don't know, like some type of professor or doctor or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I have a nice little place on the lake. I'm like,
Going
go
a
get
few
the hell out of
spots,
there.
Innerbelt South between Dead Man's Curve and 77, 271 South between Richmond Road and Broadway Forbes, and the inbound East Shoreway between Aviation High School and Dead Man's Curve. I'm John Crawford in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care.
It's time to spring into savings at Conrad's. Buy any 4 new Michelin tires and get a $70 reward card after submission. 37 Northeast Ohio locations to serve all your automotive needs.
Integrated Medical Solutions of Mentor has immediate openings for CNC machine operator technicians. Check out integratedmedicalsolutions.net.
All right, the Super Troopers sequel is finally hitting theaters. Everyone's favorite law enforcement team, backed by popular demand. Follow-up to the cult comedy classic. It's going to be in theaters everywhere on Friday. If you want to go, here's a pair of passes for you for Super Troopers 2. Is there any subtitle on this film? Troopin' again, or Troop Harder, or anything?
I think it's just Super Troopers 2.
Okay. Caller 14, those are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
They try to keep the fighting to a minimum, but only because the makeup sex would be awkward.
Well, I can never unsee that.
This is the Alan Cox Show, 100.7 WMMS.
Never got into Super Troopers.
I liked it.
It was that funny. But I know, boy, people have been begging them to make a sequel, so they finally got around to it. So Hooters is going to put out snozberry sauce. I assume that means something if you're a fan of Super Troopers.
I'm not diehard. I don't get that. I don't really know.
They're putting out a 420 snozberry sauce at Hooters, limited edition. Everybody remembers the line from Willy Wonka. Snozberries taste like snozberries. I guess that was a line that was used at the beginning of Super Troopers.
I don't even remember.
Well, there you go.
I haven't seen the movie in probably like 15 years.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it when I did watch it.
So if you go to Hooters and you're a fan of Super Troopers, wow, have the stars aligned for you, my friends.
Where's the nearest Hooters?
Don't know. Couldn't tell you where the nearest Hooters is. There isn't one in the Steel Yard, right?
No.
Is there one downtown?
There used to be, but it...
Boy, they're every 10 feet in Mexico. They are still kicking ass. If you go south
we were
of
in
the
Arizona.
border.
We went there before we got on the plane.
Hottest Hooters girls I've ever seen in my life.
That was a very good Hooters.
Closest Hooters to us is outside Detroit. Is that true? There's no Hooters around here?
No.
I thought there was one in Sandusky. I remember there being one in Sandusky. It must be gone now. But
must be gone. Because there used to be one in the East Bank of the Flats, but that was... I mean, that's been gone for like 12 years.
Did the Tilted Kilt used to be a Hooters?
No.
Or no? Okay. That was Fatfish Blue, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right there before you turn on to Cedar Point Road, there used to be a Hooters right there.
I think you're right. I think there used to be.
I remember it because when I was little, I asked my mom, could we go? She's like, we're not going there. I remember that conversation.
It was crazy how many people would take their kids to Hooters because they're like, look, it's food. Like if you can get past the girls with their jugs hanging out. But I guess I would
have loved to have gone to Hooters as a kid. That would have been the best day of my life.
But I had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I only knew it because of the boobs, and it was highly publicized. So I was like, yeah, I would like to get some wings at Hooters. And Mom said, we're on our way to going to Cedar Point. We're not going to stop anywhere.
And that's where it all went wrong. If only she had stopped and taken you to Hooters, you'd be a completely different person.
But see, that hasn't changed, though, because I enjoy a nice pair of boobs. Like, just because I'm gay don't mean I don't like a nice rack. It's just I'm not sexually attracted to them.
Right. You can appreciate them aesthetically.
Put them all in my face. Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, then you should check out the Monday Instagram Hotties.
Oh, yeah.
Volume 47 at AlanCoxShow.com that we posted today. I was looking at, who was I looking at? Because most of these girls, like, they're doing ads for things. Here I am with my protein shake and a lot of hashtags and crap. But I was looking at the one, Nikki Waka, the one at the very end.
Oh yeah, she's the cover too.
Those size J boobs, those are huge boobs.
Well, these girls all kind of fit the same mold.
That ain't no mold.
It's the opposite of they broke the mold after they made her. Most of these girls are like being made like Westworld models.
That's gonna get you back problems.
But I like all the hashtags.
Yeah,
so many hashtags.
Cause you gotta promote it. So you got, no matter what strand someone might be searching for,
But how do you know? I mean, this girl has so many. She puts them in alphabetical order.
UFC.
So yeah, how do
like,
right?
What's that have to do with anything?
Well, because when UFC people, they want to find her.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag country. Hashtag abs. Hashtag lace. Hashtag boobs. Hashtag fitness model. Hashtag Victoria's Secret. Hashtag brunette. Hashtag eyes. I mean, how do you know which ones do you leave out? Which ones you go hashtag? Nah, I don't need those people to find me on that.
I love the people who take slutty Instagram pics and they hashtag it with thirst trap. I don't know why, I just love it. Like, so they know they're being a slut on Instagram, so they're like, hashtag thirst trap, hashtag Instagram.
Right, hashtag bombshell Barbie. Hashtag latex model.
Hashtag equality. I'm like, oh.
Hashtag me too. Wait, what?
And it's but that one's at the very end.
Yeah, you
all
do
the
it.
other ones are first.
Hashtag HRC, hashtag equality. I'm like, wait, you can't take a thirst trap photo and then say HRC, hashtag equality.
Yes, you can.
You can't do that.
Thirst traps are just as equal as anyone else.
Hashtag
That's true equality.
Hashtag bulge. Like, you can't do
hashtag
that.
bulge. Hashtag me too. I'm beaching with my hashtag blessed plant-based protein. She's got her ass sticking out and she's drinking from one of those, cups on the beach. I love it.
It's like booty support.
It's easy to make fun of, but I'm like, God bless these people that have no discernible abilities, but are making money.
But no, like,
because they're in this sweet spot between like 19 and 26, where their body's banging and they look great. I mean, granted, every other woman on Instagram looks just like them. But if you got it, try to monetize it. Let's stay healthy and fresh.
Gains.
Yeah. Hashtag plant gains. She's on the beach.
My friend who got Instagram famous, he came out with a calendar, and people are eating that crap up.
Good for him.
And his own merch, like he has a hoodie. Not only is a hoodie.
I was born too early for all this crap.
They're paying for half a hoodie because it's a hoodie crop top. So they have the hoodie, but then it's cut at the belly button. He's a dude. You laugh. But
I laugh because it's funny.
You laugh, but
good for him, but it's still funny.
He's in California, so that's like all the rags here. Like dudes wearing crop tops. I think dudes probably wear crop tops there more often than women do. Because it showcases the abs, and you still got the hoodie, so you want to be like all mysterious, but still show off your V. And I'm like, God, I hate that guy. He's a college dropout, and now he's famous on Instagram and at Coachella. I'm like, damn it, man.
Hooters in Toledo and in Dayton. You're going to be in Dayton.
Maybe I'll go to the Hooters in Dayton. I'm sure they got some top-notch talent down in Dayton.
Yummy. Dayton Hooters, ladies.
Maybe they do. Maybe that's like the spot.
My sister was a Hooters girl for a hot minute. She had to deal with the manager grabbing her ass. She's like, I'm out of here.
I was doing a show at a comedy club in Fort Wayne, Indiana called Snickers. And I was working with a guy named Todd Yan, who's a very, very funny comic. And he's like, hey, you want to go do radio with me? I'm like, okay. And so I jump in his car, and I assume we're going to a radio station. He pulls into Hooters. I'm like, we're doing it here? He's like, yeah, it's a live remote. Doing some radio here. And we went in there and talked to the guys, ate some wings, looked at the girls. Nobody was in there because it's Fort Wayne, Indiana. It was like 2 o'clock on a Friday.
What was it, the Bear in Fort Wayne?
I could
probably have no idea.
Yeah, can't remember because we weren't at the station. So I just remember it was fun, and the girls were all paying attention to us because there's nobody else in there. So we got like a lot of attention from the girls, and they were all right for afternoon shift on a Friday.
Well, that's why I was so blown away because when we were at the one in Arizona, I was like,
great.
oh, these are the non-Midwest Hooters girls.
Yeah.
Right.
So do people look at Hooters girls, like being a Hooters girl, is that like a viable way of income? Like, do people like
it's a waitressing job.
Well, I'm just saying, is it any other waitressing job, or can you make a career out of it? Because there was
I wouldn't say a career, because once you hit a certain age, you're not going to be able to keep up with it.
It's all about the jugs. And I saw this one show, it was called True Life on MTV, and this girl was a Hooters waitress, and she wanted a breast augmentation because she would make more tips. I'm like, wow, you're really making a very permanent decision off a temporary,
Right, but
stay
then
in
if
your
you
life.
lose your gig there, you can go dance or strip or whatever.
Or you can just,
but it's a waitressing. Like,
or
do
go
you
be a
wanna-
bartender anywhere. Yeah,
I
those are
don't-
going to help you make money if you're a woman and you're in the service industry.
I didn't, but I was looking at it from the aspect. I was like, that's your career. Like, you're going to do it because of you're a waitress.
I don't think implants for women are ever a bad investment.
Okay.
Now, again, if you get the Hooters girl who's like my age, I don't know that you're going to want that. Yeah, I've been here since 1987,
I was at the first Hooters.
The very first one in Toledo.
My first pair of boobs. I remember it. I got them the same week as the Hooters opened.
Alan, I've lived in Sandusky my life. There's never been a Hooters.
I could have
Pancake is a dumbass.
I'm not a dumbass. I saw it, but okay, fine.
Those are two different statements he made, though, too.
I swear it was there too, but maybe I'm just having it's like that Sinbad movie, or you're saying it. So I'm like, yeah, I remember it too.
Oh, Kazam.
I remember the TGI Fridays, that was like in that big hotel that's on the corner there right before you go. Maybe it was that.
Maybe
but I swear there was
there's a bunch of plazas over there because you get. I
Yeah.
mean, after you go past the whole strip, like as you're going down to Cedar Point, there's a lot of restaurants that want to feed off of the Cedar Point traffic. And one of the things I saw was Hooters. So okay, I don't know.
Yeah, when I lived in Pittsburgh, there was a Hooters at Station Square along the river on the south side, but I don't know that that's even still there. But that was when I remember, because in college I dated a Hooters girl who looked every bit the part, and I would drop her off at the beginning of her shift, and then I would pick her up at the end of her shift, because she didn't have a car at the time. And the same guys that were sitting there when I dropped her off were sitting there when I picked her up.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, so some of these guys. And then my sister, 10 years ago, worked at Hooters. But then she's like, the guy running the place is grabbing the girls' asses. So it's like,
Yeah, you're setting yourself up.
that at least the location she was at, I think there's a lot of those places that have cracked the F down on that too. But
Well, I think that happened when they went on the Secret Boss show, or like
Undercover
Boss. Yeah.
Did
'cause
the Hooters guy do that?
He did that,
Did he?
and they got rid of a guy because he was being real skeezy with the girls.
Right.
Yeah. So I think they had a company wide crackdown, because that's a corporation. That's not just like a booby restaurant.
Well, and my sister is not some big jugged girl either. It's
Nah.
like she would, you could get the job. She's cute, blonde, but she worked there for a summer, and she's like, screw this.
Yeah, we wrote about that. We had to debate this in one of my media classes because they were saying, I guess we had to pretend to be lawyers, and we had to
The
have,
Hooters debate.
Well, because
for the plaintiff, Cody Poundcake Brown.
One girl wanted to get hired there, and she didn't have big enough boobs, and the guy was
that
complaining.
can't be a thing, because I had a friend from high school that
had no boobs.
No boobs. Yeah.
And they told her no, like they were saying no, and they were like, okay, what side could you play? And the one side ended up winning because they said Hooters girls are looked at as talent, therefore you can discriminate on certain features of them. So
That's how they get around. You
Yeah.
know, there were women suing like Vegas casinos, and they go, well, but when we hired them, we hire models.
Yep.
Because there were women getting fired for like gaining 3 pounds or something, and they're like, that's why we ask for a headshot. We're not hiring waitresses, we're hiring models.
Yep.
There's a place like that in Ohio City. I won't name the actual restaurant. I'll just refer to it as Zachariah Durs calls it. Vegan Hooters. And,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they have a similar thing going on there.
Do
'Cause
they?
The women that all work there.
Is that why the girls
very
are all
attractive,
cute? They're
yeah.
all really cute.
Really cute.
So they hire models? They don't hire
I mean,
waitresses?
it's Ohio, so it's not models.
No,
but
but-
it's that same.
But that is a place that has a lot of cute girls in one place.
Yeah.
And they're nice and know what they're doing. Listen, if somebody's cute but they're stupid, whatever.
Yeah.
But those girls all seem to know what they're doing, too. They're nice, they're personable.
And
That's the
they do a
harder
good
thing
job.
to get. Yeah,
They get
that's
you food out.
Yep.
Yep. So it was a loophole. So the side won.
Vegan Hooters. That's one of my favorite things.
But it's not over the top either.
No, it's
Yeah.
not like they're wearing anything skimpy or anything.
Right.
They're basically
just
wearing T-shirts.
cute
but
girls, yeah.
They're cute.
So they can't discriminate though. Like if you're not cute enough, they're like, you're not that cute.
And if you
and
gain
can't
weight,
sue.
things like that, like they
just read the fine print.
Very, very.
Fine print. You're getting a waitressing job.
Well,
They're
no,
very strict.
if the ad says We're hiring models for a service job. I think it's probably more prevalent in a place like a Vegas casino than in an Ohio Hooters.
I was gonna say, I don't think they say on the application looking for models. They're saying,
but
hey,
legally, that's how those places will get around that. That's why
they don't have to say models; they can say talent. They're looking for talent.
There you go, talent.
Because when I worked at Hollister, they were like, you are a model. You represent our brand. So therefore, your face has to be shaved. You have to wear your clothes a certain way. You had to fold the bottom of your pants. Like
they told you that.
Everyone.
When you worked
but
there?
you couldn't like rock stubble as part of your look?
Girls were not allowed to wear makeup. You couldn't wear lipstick. They had
Girls
to wear
couldn't have
down.
stubble.
And men could not wear any facial. We couldn't have any facial hair. Maybe the times have changed since I've been there. That was my sophomore year of college.
They wouldn't let women wear makeup? Wouldn't they want them to look
natural colors? But you could not wear like red lipstick or anything like that. Nope.
Well, there's a whole sector, and people are familiar with this term enough by now, called breastaurants. Yeah. That's what they're called, because they're specifically... Tilted Kilt downtown. There's a chain called Twin Peaks. There's
I like that.
There's Bikini's Sports Bar and Grill. There's Ojos Locos. There's Bombshells. I don't know where these are. And there's one for women where it's all dudes called Tallywhackers. That's got to be over. This is based in Dallas, and I guess they got a handful of them in Texas.
That's in...
So next time you're in Dallas, go to Tallywhackers.
That's over there by the Green Lawn, like their gay district. They have a place called Saddle Up or something ranch or something like that.
Saddle Ranch?
Something like that. And it's just like a bunch of... They're all cowboy-themed, like gay clubs.
There's a southern chain called Bone Daddies. That's a restaurant. There's the Heart Attack Grill that's out in Vegas.
And the Roundup.
I mean, it works. Brings people in.
So they can discriminate. They can say, like, men aren't allowed to work there. I wonder that's why, because I applied for a job at Victoria's Secret.
I bet as
I did.
But I bet as these restaurants have gotten more sophisticated or more sued over the years, there's probably fine print in these applications that say, "Look, here's what we can do in the event that you come in with a muffin top or whatever. You know, you got a big weekend and you come in with a food baby to work on Monday or a real baby." I don't know.
How you gonna provide?
Is there like a pregnant Hooters? Like... Where you're
it's called
in recovery.
Shooters. Okay, $1,000 once an hour for you. Our $1,000 bribe means somebody will get $1,000 off of this word. So good luck.
Your shot at $1,000 now. Text the keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's WIN to 200-200. Good luck from WMMS.
Yeah, Menor had a Hooters a long time ago, too. I think when I first moved here, the Hooters was still in the flats.
And there's our one in Parma, too.
I thought it was over by where the aquarium is now.
No, it wasn't. It was on the other side.
Was that the old Improv? What was over there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was the Improv, and there was Howl at the Moon over there. But then there was... Hooters became a place called, like, Beachcombers or something like that. And I think they've torn that building down completely. I think it's completely gone now.
Alan, there's a girl at the Toledo Hooters that looks like Rocky Dennis from the movie Mask.
But how big are her jugs?
Exactly.
How big them Kramers?
I'm not going to be looking north of her neck, so... The place in Sandusky is called Shooters. Tell Pound Cake that. It's not Hooters.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Yeah, whatever.
Probably had the big owl eyes, so I probably thought it was Hooters.
Yeah. Owl eyes.
I swear. I mean, I remember something. Something was there. Something looked cool.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Something was drawing us in.
Alex Jones is pissed off at Trump. Did you see this?
Yes. Thank you, Bill, for posting this, because I...
Oh, did you post it?
I just retweeted it.
And then there was this thread, so I was like, oh, these are great. I'm just taking a poop and looking at all these. I was like, this is great entertainment.
So I wondered what the Friday news dump was going to be, and they want something that not that many people pay attention to. They'll dump it on Friday afternoon around 5 o'clock. And this past Friday, basically every Friday for the past couple of months, I figured that the news dump would be that Trump was going to fire Bob Mueller. Well, this Friday, it was the airstrike in Syria, allegedly in response to the chemical attack over there. And Trump ran. A lot of reason that a lot of people liked him is because he said, we're going to get out of these stupid wars. We're not going to get embroiled in these things where we don't belong. And he's gone the exact opposite way because he's got a lot of people chirping in his ear that you got to do something, you got to launch some missiles, whatever. Alex Jones, who's been carrying water for... It's got to feel weird if you're a guy like Alex Jones and you find out that you're a sucker and a rube like everybody else who followed this dude. Anyway, Alex Jones puts this thing online where he pretends that he doesn't know he's being filmed, which I like. Supposedly he's like in a break, or he hasn't gone on the air yet.
When are we going live?
Right.
When are we going live?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's this. I'm only going to play a little bit because it's a completely expletive-laden tirade, and you'll hear like, I guess, employees of his in the background. Oh, we're going to go live. So he's pretending like he hasn't gone live yet, and this is just an extemporaneous thing. But as of now, he's on the F Trump train.
I shouldn't be on air right now. When the are we going live? I can't do this anymore.
We're ready to go live.
Trump and these people. At a certain point, man, I'm sick of all you liberals and mainlanders. You're a bunch of cowardly You're not Americans. What's going on?
Hey, we're ready to go live.
Okay.
This production assistant is so terrified. Oh, we're gonna go live. We're gonna go
pretending
live.
that we're gonna go right.
Yeah.
These feeds down and delete those. And I'm going to try to control myself. Dude, just shut those feeds down and restart them, okay? Okay.
Hey, man, just delete those feeds, all right? Okay, are we going to go live now?
Because it's not going to stay out there on the internet.
I like where he goes. At some point, I hate you liberals. You've gotten me to the very precipice of my hatred. Yeah, I like that. So I don't know what the follow-up is to that, but...
I mean, he called Trump a butt boy.
Yeah. Called Defense Secretary William Mattis a sea-sucker.
He cries a lot.
Hulk cries in there. Yeah.
I retweeted all the videos.
The whole thing's fun, but I just like that he's pretending that he's waiting to go live.
At Bill Squire, if you want to see him uncensored, because he does not hold back on his language.
It was like a 20-minute rant.
Mm-hmm.
We're under attack. Everybody's under attack. The elite hate Trump. Let me tell you, if he is a psyop, he's the most sophisticated one I ever saw.
Right. Now it's F him. Oh, Alex.
But boy Trump.
But boy. Oh, what an orator we have in Alexander Jones. What a fantastic leader of free thought and free speech. All right, enough. All right, I got it. Okay.
Someone ate all his chili.
Yeah.
And he walked in, he was like, is anybody pure anymore? I'm like, wait, you're referring to our president?
Yeah.
The one that said with a porn star? Pure? I'm like, what do you mean pure?
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure we know what Alex Jones means by isn't anybody pure anymore.
Oh, you mean white?
All right, I got tickets for to see Highly Suspect. They're going on the road. That'll get him to the Agora on July the 27th. The ticket's not on sale until this Friday, so you'll get them early. A lot of people want to check these guys out live. So we'll get you a couple of early tickets for that coming back. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to Sign in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire, that's Poundcake, and we have a special guest, Mattitude, and I actually heard Mattitude on Saturday night, the mix, or what is that?
Yeah, so I've been doing the mixes on 96.5 now. So there's the iHeartRadio mix at 6 that plays weekdays at 6, and then Club Kiss that plays on the weekends, Friday and Saturday night, midnight to 1 a.m.
Okay, so I heard Club Kiss on Saturday night, and Erica does the drops for those, and I was at a bachelor party, so it's 1:30. I've been drinking since 2 p.m. I'm just going home, and it was just a long night, and then I hear my friends on the radio. I'm like, I love my life.
Miss Mattitude.
I love everyone. I miss them all. So I thought that was pretty cool. How's that been going for you? Is it help you with the ladies?
I mean, yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, I have a little bit of a low-key announcement, so I'll keep this exclusive to our Slide in the DM.
Side into the DM.
Side into the DM. Excuse me, viewers only. I actually just got brought on at Forward for one of their residents for the summer.
Oh, hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
So between that and Kiss FM, the DJing's been going pretty good lately.
That's pretty good. That's pretty legit. Poundcake, do you have any announcements?
Nope. Same regular bitch as I used to be.
You know where I did go on Saturday? The Lido Lounge for the first time ever.
Yeah, they're not closed?
They're not closed. I've never been there either, and I'm going to be honest, it was not what I was expecting.
No stretch marks?
All the girls were cute. All the girls were, cute to hot. They were good-looking girls. I think the reputation is that it's, they're not going to be hot or whatever, but they're hot girls. It's like a black strip club. That's all it is. So it's like all black girls.
Oh, okay.
But they're all hot.
I didn't know it was a black strip club.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I mean, that's what it seemed like because they were all black. I think there's like one white girl that was like a waitress there, but everybody else was black, but they were hot and they were in good shape and they had nice butts and boobs and they could dance. Like,
that's the one that's in Lakewood, right?
Yeah. It's like on 117th, and it's, you know, I'm sure it gets a little rough in there because of the clientele, but overall, like, we were in and out. Like, we were there for a couple hours. We had fun. Like,
did you make it rain?
Oh yeah, a little bit, because Cody, who is his bachelor party, Cody Cooper, was brought on stage, and then like there's like 3 girls dancing on him, and so then we're like throwing it out. You know, I didn't spend that much money because it was like a whole day of things, and I was like, I'm the guy that just tips everybody too much. So like we went to dinner and I tipped too much there, and then we had like Uber drivers all night and I'm tipping them all night. So I'm like, oh, now there's this part of the night and I'm low on cash, so we'll kind of pull back a little bit. But it was still like, it wasn't that bad. Like I mean, it was. I'm not like a super strip club guy, but I had fun in there.
I love a good strip club.
Well, and especially like you said, like that place is almost like a running joke just because you drive by the outside and you're like, oh, there's that place.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you're the first person I've ever heard of that's gone
to it. Yeah,
I've driven past it many times, but like I love a good strip club, and like it took me a while to learn the strip club etiquette, just because I don't know if I'm supposed to throw it up and have them like put it in their drawers, or if I have to like catcall them or like snap at them to go there.
Don't do that. Don't go. Damn, bitch.
Yeah, because I'm like, can I stick it? Because like I'm not used to going to female strip clubs, and I just was like, these men are pigs. Like they're going up there and sticking it in their thong. I was like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And
have you ever been to like a male strip club?
Don't need to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, yeah.
No, I'm saying, but gay clubs, they have go-go boys where they pretty much are wearing nothing but like a cloth over their groin area, and you just stick it. They'll come down, drop it low. You could get a little peek and stick it in there. So I mean, pretty much, I've been to a male review, but yeah, I love a good strip club.
Okay.
Well, yeah, maybe throw me up review or something. That'd go a long way.
Yeah, I should put them just a nice Google review for the Lido. Not that bad.
Not that bad.
Like that's the thing is I don't want to talk about it like that. Like, but because I was expecting it to be such like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And then it was like it was a fine strip club. Like it's you know it's not the highest end strip club, but the girls were all hot, and that's really what it comes down to. And my favorite thing that they do at strip clubs now is when the girls take turns, they go up on the pole and they turn it like the first 30 seconds of their song is just wiping down the pole, but they like do it as part of the song. It kills me. I can't take it serious.
I think it's
I'm like I need to not see this part, but it's hilarious.
It's real lazy, the fact that, like, I thought they would get up there and they had to use their acrobatic skills to, like, spin on the pole. The pole spins by itself. You're not even doing any work. You put your feet on the bottom and it spins. All you gotta do is do that. I thought they get up there and, you know, that was the whole point of why they greased the pole, so you can spin easier. Well, they don't have to spin.
No, you can't, because if you grease the pole, you can't hang on to it. And, like, some of these girls do, like, crazy acrobatics on the pole, and you have to be able to have a grip on the pole for that to work. And, like, some of these girls were, like, they're upside down, like, hanging out with their legs, and then, like, they spin, and then they, like, it's almost ballet-like, because they're, like, pulling their bodies in tighter so they spin faster. Like, it's impressive.
Well, you want to talk about a bad time in a strip club. We were down in the flats one time. I forget where exactly we were at. But this girl, you know, she climbs all the way up to the top of the pole, and she's, like, hanging by her legs. And then she just, like, falls. And she stops on a dime, like, an inch above the ground. And it was one of the craziest things I'd ever seen. So she comes over after that, and my buddy goes, like...
I gotta give you all my money.
Well, he was like, that was crazy. Like, has anybody ever gotten hurt doing that? And she's like... Well, no, not here. But then whatever the other one in the flats was, she was like, but like a year or two ago, a girl tried doing that and she broke her neck and died. Jesus. So you want to talk about having a bad time at the strip club?
Yeah, I actually remember that story when that happened. The stripper that was
that's
dancer, you know.
But just like I couldn't even imagine that.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about you know, predicting having a bad time. Imagine being there and this girl's just like pulling some stunt, and then she just like
she's dead and
in
you're
front
like,
of you.
I didn't do anything. I wasn't here. Bye bye.
Can I take my $1 back?
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll be right back.
He has been cleared. You're off the pace from 90. I'm John Crawford in the traffic center.
This report is brought to you by Window Nation.
Spring into action now for huge savings from Window Nation. Get 2 free windows for every 2 you buy for as many as you need or want, plus 0% financing for 18 months. Call Window Nation now, 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com.
It's time to give stuff away. Give stuff away.
All right, the band Highly Suspect from Cape Cod. Ooh. Have a vodka and cranberry ready for them when they show up. They're on tour this summer. It'll get them to the Agora on Friday, July 27th. A lot of people excited to see these guys live. These are not on sale until this Friday at 10 a.m. The MMS pre-sale, if you want to buy them a day early, that will be Thursday from 10 a to 10 p at WMMS.com. But you can win them early with me all week. Aside from that, 2 for Highly Suspect in July. Good luck. Caller 13 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. And this is the Alan Cox Show.
$35192, give me a text. 6:30 could be your next shot to text to win $1,000. About half past every hour is when we do our $1,000 bribe. It's another chance before that, before we get out here at 7. Tomorrow, between 4:30 and 5:30, we'll have a pair of tickets for you for Wednesday night, Game 2 of the playoffs between the Cavs and the Pacers. Cavs are down 1-0. They will get another crack at them at the Q on Wednesday night. So tomorrow we will revive our impromptu Cavs rally post-season song contest for you. I've got to figure out if that's any kind of acronym that I can work with. But we've done them in the past. People will call and say, here's my song, and then we just figure out which one we like the best. And there's really no alchemy to it. And then we'll give you a pair of tickets for Wednesday night, Game 2. We've got them to win as well at WMMS.com. The Cavs will do whatever it takes. That's the rallying cry this postseason.
Take no prisoners, lie, cheat, kill, steal, whatever you got to do.
Let's hope it comes to killing.
They just last Boy Scout their way to the finals.
Hashtag whatever it takes. Get all your 2018 Cavs playoff info at Cavs.com. And the official hashtag, whatever it takes. 2018 Cavs NBA playoffs are presented by Discount Drug Mart.
Rip these walls out and, of course, rewire it.
Yeah, you're going to make it all 220?
Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm. And then Tribe games tomorrow and Wednesday in Puerto Rico against the Minnesota Twins. 7:10 first pitch here in MMS, so the coverage will start around 6:37. They rescheduled the postponed Indians-Blue Jays games from this weekend for May the 5th. They'll do a doubleheader.
I thought it was the 3rd.
May the 3rd.
Yes. Thursday.
Thank you. Thursday, May the 3rd. It's still a couple of weeks away. What do you want from me?
Because then May the 4th is May the 4th be with you.
Star Wars Day. Right.
And then it's Cinco de Mayo.
Gotcha. Did you see the rules that the guy posted for his girlfriend for her to go see Infinity Wars with him?
No. I want to see this,
It's pretty tongue-in-cheek, this guy, but it went viral today. This dude set ground rules for his girlfriend. They're going to go see Infinity Wars, the new Avengers film, which, by the way...
Infinity War,
sorry.
Sound like a noob.
Right. Well, I'm that's my fault for reading off of this. Right. Nerd alert! It's my fault for reading verbatim what the text says. Infinity War. Right. And which... a couple of weeks away, and they announce another character in the film. They announced Carrie Coon is playing Proxima Midnight. Is that the character? One of the Thanos Black Order? One of the evil villains. I love this Carrie Coon. She's from right out here in whatchamacallit. She's on The Leftovers. She's on Fargo.
Oh, cool.
She's foxy. She's married to that Tracy Letts, this playwright. But she's from right out here somewhere. Shaker, I think. Super cute.
They're always from Shaker. Everyone that gets success in this town is from Shaker.
Is that true?
It seems like it.
How close is that to... Is Shaker close to Orange?
Yeah.
That's where Vanessa Bayer is from SNL.
Russo brothers, I think, are from Shaker, right?
So they got a real creative brain trust out there then.
Yeah.
That's where Geraldo's living now?
That's the guy from the National Lampoon that they made that movie about.
David Wayne.
No, well, I think he's also
from out here too, right?
He might be from Shaker.
Garfield's from Orange, our president.
Okay. Our
James
former president?
Abram Garfield is from Orange.
Yeah.
I thought he meant Garfield is orange, like the
Garfield is
cartoon
orange.
cat.
Hates Mondays.
Loves lasagna.
The creator is from Ohio, though.
Is he?
Jim Davis.
Wow.
All right, let's hear these rules.
You knew the creator of Garfield?
Oh. I go deep with Garfield.
I was a big Garfield fan as a kid, but I didn't remember the guy who created him.
Yeah, Jim Davis. I know that, and I think I mostly know that because a friend of mine, Chad Weaver, does a bit called Garfeld, where he's like a comic that is
right, I gotcha.
Also Garfield.
I like the premise.
Very funny.
Yep.
So it brings up Jim Davis in there.
Okay.
So,
by the way, I finally got through half of the Gary Shandling documentary.
It's good, right?
Am I the only one noticing Kevin Nealon's black nail polish?
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
What was that?
I don't. He's Kevin Nealon.
Oh,
He's
okay.
weird dude. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, so far so good on that. But I rewound it a couple times. I'm like, why does Kevin Nealon have black nail polish? I mean, this is coming from a guy who has blue toenail polish right now. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's still going?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had it done in Florida.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was
It's
that
not
long
that
ago.
old. Not that long ago.
That wasn't like me accusing you of like reapplying it or anything. That's me forgetting of like when things happen. Because that seems like a year ago, but it was a
2
week
weeks
and a half
ago,
ago. Yeah.
Oh, you put it back on, did you?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. I'm just letting it
you freshened up.
Grow off. Yeah. So this guy tweets out rules for his girlfriend. Somebody picks it up. Are you going to Infinity War with me? I just bought 2 tickets. And she says, yes, dear. And he goes, okay, here's the ground rules. I'll buy you whatever you want before the movie. Candy, popcorn, drinks, even a hot dog. But you can't ask for anything during the movie.
Good rule. Makes sense.
Right? It's not bad. Number 2, no talking during the movie. I can't be distracted. You got questions? Write them down. I'll answer when it's over. Fair enough.
I like this so far.
But under these, I can only infer that these kinds of conditions would be laid down for somebody who didn't know or care about Avengers anyway, but she's going because she's a good girlfriend.
She probably is into it, but she probably isn't as into it as he is.
Clearly.
So she's not going to know everything that's going on. Like, who's that? Who's this person? Why are they fighting? What are the Infinity Stones? All these different questions that she's going to have. And this is what my ex-girlfriend would do, the most recent
Your current roommate?
Current roommate would ask all these questions. Whenever we watch a movie, she started asking me, and this is a movie neither of us have seen, and she started asking how it was going to play out. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
I will do that to my wife sometimes. She'll go, we're watching the same thing. And I go, I know, but you're smarter than me, so I figure maybe you can foresee down the road how...
No, you never know.
That maybe you knew something I didn't know.
He's in the phone as Superman, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty funny.
Number 3 in the rules. No hand-holding. It'll distract me, and I'll miss things I've waited 10 years to see. Save your cooties until the post-credit scene. Kissing also applies. Number 4. If a main character dies, we cry together. If you ain't crying, you're walking home. I need you invested in this. Well, they've all but said that at least one major character is going to die in Infinity War, right?
I'm trying so hard to just not know anything about it,
Okay.
so I'm sure someone will die. It's a big war.
This is the penultimate Avengers movie. Then it's Avengers 4, and then it's all over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My money's on Captain America. I think they'll kill Captain America in Infinity War. And probably, I think they'll do one major character, one secondary character.
Hawkeye. Just in like a real unceremonious way that has nothing to do with the war. Like, oh, Hawkeye. Yeah, he got hit by a car. He's just dead.
Yep, he tripped and fell in his quiver full of arrows, and then he exploded. Number 5, if you cancel the movie date, I'll need 24 hours notice so that I can replace you with a suitable viewer. If you cancel last minute and I have to watch alone, you'll be hearing from my lawyer. Number 6, if a crazy white guy wants to come up in there and ruin the movie by shooting at people, I need you to take him down quickly and keep him under control. Wait until after the movie to call the police. I don't need the commotion interrupting the movie. Following all the rules will warrant a trip to your favorite ice cream place after the movie. Any questions? And she just responds with a kind of
like
bemused emoji.
Yeah.
Right. So this guy, his rules have gone viral. It's more funny to see people taking this seriously because they're getting all bent out of shape.
Are they really?
Oh, yeah. It's clearly tongue-in-cheek.
It's
between a guy and his girlfriend. People, how dare he talk to his...
He's being silly.
Patriarchal oppressor? Whatever it is.
At least he has a movie date.
Aw.
It's always about pound cake.
You used to have a squad.
Always.
You used to have a whole
Yeah, what
squad.
happened to... Carrie Coon is from Copley, Ohio. Thank you. She's beautiful. I like her a lot.
That's definitely not Shaker.
It's not Shaker. Nope.
No,
the creator of Calvin and Hobbes is from Chagrin Falls.
Bill
There you
Watterson.
Go. All right.
I know my Sunday comic strips.
This person said Dave Patterson. He was close, but I think you're right.
No, that's Bill Watterson.
So,
Movie Squad's still going. It's just Pound Cake's not.
I know something else I was
participating.
trying to kind of put in my mind. The current ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
You guys are still cohabiting.
Yes.
Right? You're still under the same roof.
Right.
But no hanky-panky.
Correct.
There's been neither hanky nor panky, correct?
No hanky, no panky.
Is she still cooking? Do you guys, eat together?
Well, she works nights, so...
Oh, that's right.
That's
so you
not
probably...
really a thing.
Okay.
And we'll help each other out. She bought me coffee this morning. I picked her up coffee the other day. Because it's basically like a roommate situation.
But
Hey,
it's
I'm going out to get this. Do you need anything?
I see. It's like ships passing in the night,
Right,
kind of.
yeah.
Okay.
And
I was trying to get my head around that, but I forgot that she works nights.
On Sunday, though, she did give me a ride back to my car from Lakewood, but the condition was she wanted to go to Toys R Us because everything's on clearance right now or on sale to get something for her daughter. And when we were going in, her daughter wanted to do when you pick up a kid by their hand and just kind of pull them up in the air together.
Yeah.
So it was the two of us walking in, and I was holding her, and something tweaked in her wrist because she kind of squirmed. And so
Her daughter.
Yeah, her
Yep.
daughter.
Mhm.
So it hurt her wrist because I'm still very kind to the daughter too. I think she's a very adorable little 3-year-old,
Mhm.
and she doesn't understand what's going on. So she's just like, "Oh, they just sleep in different beds now. It's fine." And then she went on this rant later in the car because her arm still hurt, and she's like, "Bill, your arms are too strong. Your arms are too strong. They're just made for hurting children."
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, I don't want to be known as the guy that has the arms that are just made for hurting children. But
Don't let that guy grab you.
Yeah. Oh, him? The guy that just has arms made for hurting children?
Hurting children. Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the most adorable things that I've ever heard. But I was kind of hungover, and I was just that kind of hurts my feelings.
Sure.
I don't want people knowing this.
You're just trying to get your swing on.
But also pretty funny. That's why I enjoy children of that age, because there's no filter. If they feel something, they want to say something, they just put it out there.
Sure.
It's great.
Alan, they must be a new couple if they hold hands and kiss during a movie.
Yeah, right.
I hold my wife's hand in movies.
How often do you guys go to movies?
Not that often. Right. But what's that got to do with it?
What if she tried to offer him some services during the movie?
He doesn't want that. It's going to be a full
He
theater.
If he doesn't want hand-hold, if he thinks hand-holding
But hand-holding has no, there's no significance to that.
No, but speak for yourself. But if he doesn't want even that because it'll be a distraction for something he says he's waited 10 years for, he's not going to want any backseat slub-a-dub.
Okay, I was just saying, kissing, there's no end game. Holding hands, there's no end game. But, servicing in a movie theater, that's...
Well, it depends on what you mean by end games. I like holding my wife's hand.
I'm saying there's a finish line.
What's the finish line? I don't hold her hand because I think she's going to go down on me every time.
I'm talking about...
Once you're an adult and you can just have sex at home in a bed. Doing things in the theater is not all that exciting.
In creative and new places.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm not saying it's a weird thing. I'm just saying that if this guy thinks that even being touched by his girlfriend would be too much of a distraction, he's probably not gonna.
Well, then he's just a complainer.
He'd say, "How dare you offer?" And I can't imagine a girl that's been given that many rules would feel so.
She might be turned on. She
inclined as to offer him that.
She's like, "Oh my gosh, Gerald, I've never seen you so invested. And so invested in anything. It kind of turns me on. I kind of want to give you a favor right now."
Right. You don't know how girls work.
And also, it's going to be a sold-out theater.
So?
Right. People to the left, people to the right.
So? They're not snitching.
Jokers to the left,
stuck in the middle.
I told you about the couple that had their Coronas sitting next to me, and they bought one seat, and they were laying on top of each other, and they had the unmitigated gall to offer me one. I said, no. Like, is that bad enough?
But were they participating in like coitus? Were they getting it on? No.
They had a blanket. I could have been. It was the girl laying on top of the guy. She had tequila in one hand, a flask of tequila in one hand, a Corona with a lime in the other.
They brought limes in.
Brought limes, and they cut them up in front of him.
And then they had the blanket like draped over them. So there could have been some finger stuff going on. What do I know? I wasn't trying to pay attention to him because I was like, I just want to be as far away from these people as possible.
Finger stuff.
Like, it's terrible.
Hand stuff, not finger stuff.
Whatever.
That might have been some finger stuff.
Yeah, I mean, finger stuff, but I mean, hand stuff is the more common term for it.
Looking back on it, I feel like I needed a Corona in that moment because I was so stressed
They
out.
offered you one. They were very, very nice.
But who does that?
Those people did.
Yeah.
They wanted to get you loosened up so that you wouldn't be so...
I didn't say anything to him.
And they participate a little.
I didn't snitch. I didn't do anything. I just sat there and watched the movie, but I just figured the block was too hot for that. Like, I figured they were going to get caught because it was so obvious. The two people lifted up higher than everybody else and, like, had a blanket draped over them. Like, how could you not notice that?
I guess in Pound Cake's defense, you do need all 5 fingers to get some hand stuff.
Yeah.
So by extension, hand stuff is finger stuff.
Well, it was real suspect because she was holding all the alcohol. Like, she had 2 Coronas in this hand and the flask in this hand. I don't know where his hands were.
Yeah. This is in an indoor movie theater?
This is at one of the AMC theaters with the reclining chairs, yes. So people get real comfortable. Like you said,
that's what
people
I don't
think
like.
they're at home.
I don't like when people are too comfortable in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Not that comfortable.
And I don't know how they did it.
Because then you're distracting me. If you're trying to Lady in the Tramp it right next to me, like, you're not outside. If you want to do a picnic, go to the drive-in.
But I don't even
know
how...
Lady in the Tramp, do you mean they have spaghetti? Because I'm there for that theater.
Nah, they're laying out the blanket.
What's your spaghetti policy again?
Mine?
Yeah. It's
if you have a sizzling plate in front of you, like
no,
you should be eating it in a theater.
That's from something, but I don't know what.
Always Sunny in
Philadelphia. Right. He's got like a bag of spaghetti or something. Right. Eating it with his hands.
I just don't know how they got in there, though. Like, you have to buy your seats before you get in. Like, you pick out what seats you want. They bought one seat, and both of them got in there.
Maybe they had another seat that was in a different part. But
did they get in one of those love seats?
Together.
Well, what's the point? You're not saving money then.
Well, because they wanted to sit together, obviously. So they cuddled up.
That's just rude to the other people involved.
Yeah, I don't think they're worried about. I don't think they're worried about being rude to people.
Well, that's wrong. You're in a public place. That you should.
And they were probably already drunk.
Mm-hmm.
So they go in there. What movie was it?
I forget what we were watching. I totally forget because
You remember all that? You don't remember the movie?
No, because I was so distracted. They were living their best life next to me,
well,
like they're living in Coachella. Like, I'm just like, what the hell's going on here?
Now you see why this guy's got rules.
Alan, how does Pound Cake say that he's all about the public new things stuff, but mere seconds later says he was freaked out by 2 people possibly fingering?
Because be sneaky about it. There's nothing.
They were sneaky. You said that they weren't.
Keep your fingering for your guitars.
They had a blanket. That was the sneakiness.
That's not sneaky.
What do you consider sneaky?
Like, you cut a hole in the bottom of the...
Nobody
does that.
It's not a real
Figure
thing.
out a new and creative way. Even if they had sat next to each other and put the blanket over them. That's still
How about
less
next time the
suspect than laying
guy
on top of each other?
sneaks into the movie theater dressed as a chair, and then she can sit on him.
So wait, you are upset that they were distracting you, or they upset that they weren't creative enough?
Yes, you're not creative enough. The whole point...
So if they had been super creative, right, but
Make it so nobody sees it go down.
But then you wouldn't have known how creative they were because you wouldn't have noticed anything because they were so creative it went unnoticed.
I'm sure there's people that have had sex next to me and I didn't realize it because they were sneaky about it.
Right. So then how could you possibly give them points for creativity if you don't know it's going down?
Well, clearly if I know about it, then you did a poor job. So, fine.
Pound Cake sees all, is what he's trying to say.
No, if I know about it, then you did a poor job.
Too much pound cake.
If you know about it, they did a poor job.
Sure, like
maybe they wanted you to know.
Get a back seat way in the back where no one's even looking. You can see people look. They were on the lower level. People could, on the balcony can
And they
look
weren't
down.
planning on it.
They were probably drunk.
Yeah, they were probably drunk. They were probably in their last minute and just wanted to get a little frisky.
You get a back.
They're probably cheating on someone. Probably one of them had like a significant other.
piece.
Yeah.
Whatever. You get a balcony seat. And
There's not a balcony there.
Whatever. The higher level.
Shut up, Pound Cake.
And you get in the back corner where no one can see. And so when you do your fondling,
There's people back there too. Just because they're handicapped doesn't mean they can't see.
But they're not looking.
They should have a fondling section, according to Pound Cake.
They're looking forward. They're not looking back or to the side. Like they don't care until it inconveniences them, which it inconvenienced me because I just have a Corona view with a lime blocking my screen because she's just 2 feet above me and she's laying.
Why didn't you rat him out?
Because I'm not a snitch.
You are a snitch.
You are a snitch.
You are publicly known as an admitted rat.
If I'm gonna get in trouble, if they
how are you gonna get in trouble for saying, "Hey, these people under a blanket here are
No,
fingering"?
that's if he was dragged into it somehow.
Yeah.
Like if he had taken a Corona and then they're like,
exactly.
Where'd you get that Corona? He'd be like, it was them. Give it to me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it.
Why didn't you ask them for a corner of the blanket?
I don't want to corner of their blanket. I was already the third wheel there. Like I had went with my gay roommates, and so they were a couple. And I get.
He had went with his gay roommates.
I always get like they were like, so we can only get a pair. Like we can only get 2 seats. So
you have to sit by yourself.
Then the only available seat that wasn't a couple was down there. I'm like, really? So I'm they're like 3.
And you don't
4
remember
seats
the
down.
movie? How long ago was this?
Not that long ago.
And you don't remember the movie?
I talked about it on the show.
Was it the Simon movie?
No.
No, that's a brand new movie.
Was it the Quiet Place movie?
No, this was
a while ago.
I
Yeah,
talked about it before. I can't remember.
All right.
It'll come to me.
Is 50 Shades of something?
No.
Yeah.
Was it Black Panther?
I never saw Black Panther.
Alan
Guess I'm
Bill's
the
arms
blackest.
might be made for hurting children, but the man himself was made for breaking hearts. Hey, look at that. There you go. Get a thumbs up. All right. Well, listen. I think what we can take away from this conversation is if you are ever in a movie theater and you see Pound Cake, give him a wide berth. Just don't do anything that
Or be super sneaky.
Just give him a. You don't need him being distracted by you. You don't need the chance that he might say something.
Can I not be inconvenienced at a Walmart and a movie theater? Is that so impossible?
But you're so easily inconvenienced.
I'm not.
Life is nothing but constant inconvenience.
So you wouldn't be pissed
because
off about that?
Well, I realize that there is more than one person on the planet. So unless I got a kid with me and these people are, getting ready to pop off in front of me, I mean,
I think you will be pissed off. I think you're saying it because
But life is full of... No, I'm saying life is one long inconvenience.
I paid my ticket
and
like
you
everybody
have to,
else.
Right. You just proved my point.
But how do I know the girl did? She's laying on top. I had to pick my seat.
Because
She
they
didn't
got
pick
into
hers.
the theater. She got into the
She could have
place.
snuck.
She did.
How's she going to sneak in?
She did pick her seat. It was on his lap.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing they bought
on his knob.
They bought 2 seats in that theater, but they weren't together,
It was
so that's why
packed.
they So she probably bought one that was not by him, and then sat with him in his seat.
Probably the only reason why I got a seat in there was because I bought the seat next to him, which she was supposed to have, and she didn't take it. She sat on his lap. Whatever. Fine. I'm crazy. I don't.
I'm
want
not
people...
saying you're crazy.
No,
I'm saying you're making yourself crazy because life is nonstop inconvenience, especially in public.
Yes, but if there's something you could do about it, it's only like if it was an inconvenience that you couldn't fix, then that's one thing. But this is something. There are rules and regulations.
Then
to
why
where
didn't you
there's-
fix it?
Because I didn't want to be rude.
Since when are you Mr. Rules and Regulations?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Mr. Hospital Corners over here all of a sudden.
I'm just saying there's
rules and regulations. He's still figuring himself
It's
out.
a fire hazard.
Fire hazard pound cake.
If I had to get up and run away, like
Fire Chief Pound Cake. Yeah, Fire Marshal Pound Cake.
Hey, those two, boy, if I couldn't find the exits because she was creating so much friction under that blanket that there was smoke in front of the screen.
You were annoyed that they were enjoying themselves in a couple, and you're not.
Or if there was a white man coming to shoot up the movie theater, like the guy said in the rules.
That could be in there,
You
too.
know,
That
she
could
would
be
have
the
been in
case.
trouble.
Yep, she would have been in trouble.
Yeah, but he would have been safe because she was blocking him. She's like a human shield.
All right, I got a break. Hey, remember Non-Point? That band? They're back. They're doing a show at the Agora in a couple of weeks with the Butcher Babies. I dig them too. So if you want to go to that show, we'll do it coming back. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
We talked about this a little bit on Friday, but now we've seen the video and stuff. Yodel Boy, is that his name?
Oh my God, the Yodel Kid. No, I don't.
Yodel Kid.
I saw people were just going in on this kid. Not going in, but like they're reposting everything. Like
they're loving it. Yeah.
Whatever. Like he gets the hell on my nerves. And people were like sitting behind him on the airplane to Coachella, and they're like, my friend sat behind the Yodel Kid, and he's singing. I cannot tell you how much that would piss me off. He was singing on the plane. On a plane, it's already nerve-wracking. Everyone's just trying to get comfortable, especially if it's a long flight. And he's singing the entire flight. The same stupid, raggedy-ass song that he was singing in Walmart.
There's no way he was singing the whole
Yes,
time.
he was. I will show you. I will retweet the video. Go to my
Everybody
Twitter.
wants him to perform, and he wants to...
He was probably practicing, but he can practice off the plane. Oh, my God. If
I'm
people
sure he
trying to
wasn't singing
sleep-
the whole time.
Yes, he was.
There's no way he was singing the
Yeah,
whole
I was gonna
flight.
say, because
His voice
And I guarantee you that's probably the only song he knows how to sing, because that's the only song he performs.
Maybe it's
that's
probably his best song.
It's the only song that people know him for. That's what they want to hear
Switch
him
it up.
sing. Nobody wants to hear him sing another song. They want to hear Day, yeah.
I wanna hear from
If I heard him sing and he didn't do Day, yeah, I would tear the place down. He's got to sing that song.
No, what would be real if you want to show your, musician skills and how much of an artist you are? Why don't you just do like some? Where do you see my? Like do the whisper song or do like to the window to the wall and yodel
Same genre.
Do hip hop or something. It's Coachella after all.
Bro, he's yodeling. He don't do hip hop.
From the sweat drip from my ball.
R. Kelly did a yodel song. We talked about this.
Skeet. I'm actually kind of with Pancake now. I want to hear him do other
some
songs.
Cardi B. Do some Bodak Yellow.
All right, well, I'm sure there'll be a Diplo collab.
And then Justin Bieber was like, "Oh man, you did so good, man! High five!" I'm just like,
"You're just jealous. You're jealous again."
I'm not jealous.
You're jealous. You want a high five from Justin
No, people
Bieber.
are just full of crap.
Why are they full of crap?
People are full of crap.
It's a fun story.
They're blowing up this kid's head. I went, okay, then let it generate. All this hype is good. Let it generate an album sales. If it generates an album sales, I'll shut my mouth.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it generates an album.
Because that's what really matters. If
no,
you're real.
But it doesn't. No, it's just it's a nice story. He's gonna get his moment, and then he'll probably go away, and that's that.
Well,
he had his 15 minutes.
And even if he doesn't, he's like, people are gonna forget about the yodeling kid, in like a year or two or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid's what, 11?
Yeah.
So like, if the kid actually wants to have a career, he's met Justin Bieber. He's got
Connections.
All these
Yeah, he's performed at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
Like he
Been
can
on Ellen.
do stuff. Maybe he'll make it, maybe he won't. But the fact is, it was a silly, fun story, and why get so upset about it?
Yeah, it's just annoying.
It's not that annoying.
It's a modern day inconvenience when you have to go to the Walmart, hear somebody yodeling.
But that hasn't happened to you.
And then you get on a plane, you're like, oh, finally. Like, a long flight, I just want to relax. Sugar day, yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I have my headphones in, and I can still hear you.
And I'm calling BS on this because I know that if you saw that in real life, you'd have your phone out, you'd be filming because...
I'd be like, this little...
Because you got to make it about you, but you'd still want that...
Make it about me.
You'd still want that exposure because it's not like he didn't go viral from the original video. He went viral from somebody that made a joke about it and put it on Twitter, and that's when it started making the rounds. So...
And yeah, I'm sticking with that he didn't sing the whole time. He probably sang the song once.
Yes.
When everyone was on the plane, and then they took off, and he didn't sing it.
I'm going to show you this video.
Hold on.
All right, that's fine. But we're going to get going here. We can't watch a video.
I'm not playing. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, yeah, I was talking off the record.
Wait, what's Beyonce? I heard her performance was good. Did you watch any of it?
Well, she brought Destiny's Child out.
Oh, okay.
And Jay-Z and her sister Solange. So she had like...
Did they fight? Jay-Z and Solange?
They did not fight.
They do battle?
They did not fight, but like everybody was on there, and everyone was saying it was the greatest performance of all time, and I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm like, they do know that this Coachella thing is all run by like huge like alt-right people, and all these hippies are there, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, all these artists that support certain things, and this guy supports like he's pro-life, he's he's anti-gay marriage and all this stuff. I'm just like,
because they want to have a good time.
Yeah,
So they put it behind them.
I'm just saying.
Everyone's a sellout. That's all.
It's sellout.
I mean, yeah, you can
for the
find
Instagram pics.
Listen, if they're like, hey, we're doing a comedy tent at Coachella, do you want to perform there? Yes, I'll be there. I'll be there.
You have a trans son. How dare you?
Yeah, and I can go out there and speak on his behalf.
No, that's not the right message you're saying. You should boycott. People should boycott Coachella.
Me boycotting Coachella means nobody. They're like, yeah,
Beyonce.
invited.
Beyonce should have.
You don't want it? Yeah. Let's go to this long list of other people.
I'm still disappointed. It was a great event.
You know what's more supportive to my son? Me having money to feed him. That's like one of the best things I can do.
You need to Beyonce and Lady Gaga. I'm disappointed in them. They both did great performances, but I'm disappointed in them that they didn't boycott.
You're not even a boycotter. You didn't even stop going to Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He got me.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back. So I went and saw some apartments yesterday.
And how did that go?
I found one that I like a lot.
In your price range?
Yeah. It's higher end of my price range, but like still very manageable, so it's not anything that I have to worry about.
Has your requirements?
It has not only a view of the lake from like the living room area, it has one from the bedroom, so it like exceeds my expectation.
Oh, that's like a bachelor pad. So you want a lake view, darling, and just like look.
I just would be happy with that because right now I don't even have like a real view at all. Like I can just see like a neighbor's house and then like a road. It sucks. So like having like being able to see that first thing in the morning will make me so happy.
And we're getting spring soon, so you're gonna have to see nothing but blue. Well, it's Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Nice murky brown water. It'd be nice.
Yeah, the water after you get out a little ways, like it's pretty
green.
It's pretty blue.
It's
nice
nice
pretty
and
blue.
green.
Yeah, it looks all right. So I'm starting the process to hopefully lock that place down, and
Do you
have
have
a pool, but it won't be an indoor pool.
Do you have to bid?
Well, yeah, you have to put an offer in.
You have to outbid people.
No, I don't. There hasn't been any offers on this one yet, so I'm like keeping my fingers crossed that it all works out and I get this one, because I'm really like it's such a nice place.
It's your dream place?
It's pretty close. Like Grandma's setup is like my dream.
So it's not Grandma's apartment?
It's not Grandma's apartment, but it's actually in her building.
That's what I mean. Grandma's.
Yeah, it's in her building, so she would be my neighbor. So I run into her like.
What floor is she on, and what floor are you on?
She's higher than I am, but it's good enough, and the view's great. And once you're in there, you can't really tell. Like you don't see any of the other apartments. Like you can't see it's high enough that you just see out into the ocean the lake. So ocean's a little bit different.
Wow.
But, yeah, I'm excited about it.
This is a huge step. Like you would think after you get married, get divorced, have kids, and it's like, wow, I'm buying a house, not that big of a deal. But this is a big deal.
Yeah,
did you own a house before?
Owned one with my ex-wife. We owned one together, but this will be like the first one that like is all mine. I can do what I want, to paint how I want, to decorate it how I want. And I'm starting like from scratch because like I have some furniture, but I'm just gonna like I don't need that.
I want to see how it's decorated.
I'm gonna I'm not going to choose. Like I'm gonna take someone.
Have Erica do it.
Yeah, like someone like Erica if she can help me.
Break from touring, but maybe they thought better of it. Nonpoint on the road with Butcher Babies. In a couple of weeks here in Cleveland, May 16th. It's a Wednesday night. They'll hit the Agora, agoracleveland.com for the info. A couple of tickets for you. Be caller number 12. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show.
A sore tooth in the mouth of broadcasting. Oh, the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Cavs playoff tickets tomorrow afternoon on the show. Between 4:30 and 5:30, we'll do your impromptu Cavs rally playoff song. You'll just have to call and then come up with something on the spot. And we'll see who we like the most. And you'll get a couple of tickets for Wednesday night, Game 2 of the playoffs. First round, of course, Cavs-Pacers. The Pacers took Game 1 So nobody's freaking out yet, but it'd be nice to even it up on Wednesday. 7 o'clock at the Q is going to be the tip-off there. Another chance for you to win a pair as well if you go to WMMS.com. Hashtag whatever it takes is the Cavs rallying cry for the 2018 playoffs. All the info is at Cavs.com. Game 1 was yesterday, yeah? Yesterday afternoon?
Yeah, 3:30.
Yeah. So Wednesday night, Game 2, and your shot at tickets tomorrow here on the show between 4:30 and 5:30. And then tomorrow and Wednesday, Indians are in Puerto Rico to play the Twins at 7:10. So that's going on, too. There's a lot of bands kicking off their tours in Cleveland this year.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Get the real fresh performance.
But, you know, if they got to work out any kinks, that kind of stuff. Lewis Black is starting his tour here in Cleveland.
When's that?
He'll play, well, technically he'll play the Akron Civic Theater, but the Jokes on Us tour launches October the 4th. So it's not for a while, but the very first date is here in Cleveland. Those tickets will go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. But, I mean, we've been giving away a handful of tickets for different shows and people kicking them off here. Ween, that tour is starting in Cleveland. Different ones. I mentioned that I finally got around to watching at least halfway through the Gary Shandling documentary. Judd Apatow did a 2-part, 4-hour HBO documentary on Gary Shandling. Halfway through, I'm like, who is narrating this? Because it was annoying me. Who's reading the journal entries? It's Michael Cera, who I'm not a huge fan of. But just hearing him read, I'm like, okay. As long as this guy doesn't pop in like Scott Pilgrim, start doing stuff.
Love Scott Pilgrim. It's a fun movie.
I like Mary Elizabeth Winstead, so I'll watch anything she's in. She's the chick with the purple hair in that.
And it's also blue and green.
Yeah. I do like the story, though, for people who saw that documentary, The King of Kong, from years ago.
Yes, I love that documentary.
A documentary about this guy who got the high score in Donkey Kong. It was called The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. And this was a documentary about this guy, Billy Mitchell, who's got like this long dyed brown hair and he's got this goatee. And his singular claim to fame was he had the high score in Donkey Kong.
Well, he was like a competitive gamer.
Right.
And then
before that was a thing.
Before that was a thing. Like he's like one of the first guys to be that. And he had this record for years and years and years. And then there's this dude named Steve Wiebe who was just playing Donkey Kong in his garage and was really, really good and was starting to get some attention. And that's when they started following the two of them around to see if they could get them to go head-to-head. And that never actually happens. But go ahead and tell what, because this is huge news in the Fistful of Quarters world.
Yeah, in the nerd gaming world, this is an earthquake in the gaming world. They determined that he cheated. That he
aha! I knew it all. Ever since I saw that, it's been bothering me. He obviously cheated, and
because he's
finally been outed.
There's a point in the movie where that becomes a nagging suspicion that the guy cheated, and he swore that he didn't, and so they said that they can no longer recognize Billy Mitchell as the first 1,000,000-point Donkey Kong record holder. It will go to the aforementioned Steve Wiebe.
And this is
justice. This guy's in the Guinness Book for having the world's highest score, 1,000,000 points on Donkey Kong.
And like a perfect Pac-Man game or something like that. So, but Steve Wiebe is incredible, and he deserves the spot. He deserves the recognition.
They said that Billy Mitchell he didn't get his score on an arcade machine, which is a requirement, but through the use of emulation software. And you can only do it on an arcade game version, and that you're forbidden. This is all nerd stuff. This is a grown-ass man, by the way. This is a guy who's like, he's probably 50-something.
If not older. And he is very arrogant about it, too. He's kind of the best part of the whole documentary just because he holds himself in such high regard for holding these different accolades in the gaming world. But, man, he's a douche. He's a huge douche.
And when this is all you've got,
he's also got some hot sauces or something.
But he's got, like, these black suits, and he's wearing flag ties, and...
He's a tool. He's just a huge tool. And to me, this is the first of many documentary justice. Like, there's different documentaries out there where you need the justice from it because you don't get the satisfaction in the actual documentaries. Serial was one, and now Adnan's getting a new trial, and then this is one, and now we're just waiting on Making a Murderer because that kid never got out.
But imagine Brendan Dassey.
Yeah.
But imagine being the organization that gets word from other nerds that this guy is engaging in some hinky behavior, and then they have to go back and another person filed a dispute claim against this guy's score. I mean, and it gets into a real arcane information about modified arcade hardware, and But again, when this is all you've got, this guy was really going to the mat to maintain, I guess, the illusion that he was the top Donkey Kong scorer. So he's calling it fake news,
yeah,
right?
He's saying he never cheated.
I never cheated. This guy was called the video game player of the century, and the documentary was called The King of Kong. This documentary is 10 years old, by the way. I saw this a long time ago.
Yeah.
I forgot about this guy until he just came up again in the stories that they stripped him of his title.
And I think it's the right thing to do. I think there was evidence that he did cheat, and Twin Galaxies did the right thing here. They're the ones that are in charge of all this
stuff. They're the governing body.
Yeah. That's a good documentary. If you need a nice, fun documentary to watch, that's a good one. Like, it's not too heavy. It's kind of silly, but it is compelling at the same time.
He said he will have his own professional investigation done.
Nice.
And he said, anybody that wants to go back 35 years on this.
Donkey drama.
I will, yeah. Boy, they really got this guy over a barrel, don't they?
Do you get that? Do you get it? Pancake, hello? Are you there?
What is he doing?
He's just sitting there, glazed over. He doesn't even listen.
He's not even looking at us. He's just looking down. He's like, he's dreaming of Uber Eats is what he's doing. He's like, I don't care. I don't know about any of this.
One of the
I'm
best,
just thinking about dinner.
The best parts of the live stream
all I've got
is whenever me and you are engaged in something, I'll peek at Pound Cake through the camera and just see him, and like he's just sitting there just
slumped over, just
this isn't about me.
Yeah,
this isn't about things I like.
Right, he can't even.
You
know what though? I appreciate that he doesn't even try to manufacture enthusiasm, because I'm somebody who can't do that. I cannot. I have to be genuinely interested in something. I cannot manufacture that enthusiasm. Some people are willing to do it for other people or the case of whatever, and
See, but
Pound Cake doesn't even attempt it.
I can find things that I'm curious about in pretty much any situation.
Okay.
And that's something that Pound Cake will not do. Like this, you have no questions at all about any of this.
He will wholesale disregard the whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, I played Donkey Kong. That's all.
There's something.
Then you should have got the barrel joke.
What was your high score? Well, but by that time, I buried it too far into the conversation.
He was gone.
If I led with that.
My high score, I don't know. I played it. I don't even remember.
There was a company that made these shrunken down. I'm sure now there's 100 companies. I'm sure, but when I was like in junior high, there was a company that made shrunken down arcade games where you just plug them in and play them nonstop. And we had Frogger, we had Donkey Kong, we had.
That's basically what we have in the break room over here. It's just made to look like an arcade machine.
Yeah, it's got multiple games on the machine, right? Yeah. There was a game called Galaxian that I had, because I was a big Defender guy. The way this guy was for Donkey Kong, that's how I was with this game called Defender.
Frogger's my game of choice.
Frogger was okay.
Yeah, I like Frogger.
But I like Defender. Donkey Kong was okay.
Donkey Kong was hard. I was not good at Donkey Kong.
I was okay at it, but I was certainly nowhere near devoting my life to it like this guy.
Was this Donkey Kong or was this Donkey Kong Jr.?
Donkey Kong, I think. Here's Billy Mitchell's statement. And again, this guy's got like a long kind of Kenny Rogers 1979 hair. It's like dyed black. He's got the dyed goatee and the beard.
Hi, I'm Billy Mitchell. We're here at the Midwest Gaming Classic. I'm here with Old School Gamer magazine. I've been asked to address things that are recently in the media. The Fact of the matter is, now there is a true professional due diligence being done to investigate things that happened as far as 35 years ago in a professional manner, not in a shock jock mentality designed to create hits. We will show that everything...
A shock jock mentality meant to create hits. I think he's mixing his media.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely...
Hey, it's Billy Mitchell, everybody. All right. So he's got another organization that's somehow going to show that he's the legit champ.
It has been done. Everything was done professionally, according to the rules, according to the scoreboard, the integrity that was set up, not 2014 forward by the current regime who wants to reach back 35 years. Everything will be transparent. Everything will be available. I wish I had it in my hands right now.
How does this guy make money? I mean, is this like...
He owns restaurants.
Okay, but this isn't his way of life.
Not anymore, no.
But why would you cling to it so hard? Just because of your integrity?
It's his legacy.
Yeah, he thinks of himself as like the inventor of competitive gaming.
Okay,
like
I
he
see.
holds himself in very high regard.
He's the grandfather of that. Well, they said the only problem is that his witnesses who were supposed to validate his high scores were also stripped of their high scores because somebody thought they were cheating.
Yeah. So
Now,
not a lot of
wish I could
validity.
hand it to you.
Validity.
But it's taken a considerable amount of time. Witnesses, documents, everything will be made available to you. Nothing will be withheld. You absolutely have my commitment to that. We've been at this since 1982, and it's not going to stop now.
Okay, well, that's his statement. What documents do you have that would prove you had a high score? There's so much of this I don't understand.
know.
I mean, I watched that documentary out of just sheer curiosity and kind of just a weirdo entertainment, but now that it's blown up into this, I'm like, I'm completely lost.
A few years ago at Comic-Con, they had Steve Wiebe playing Donkey Kong for like a marathon session because they were going to try and beat the high score,
right?
Like on a live stream, and it didn't happen. It was a real dud.
Huh?
Just people tuning in and just being like, "Oh, he's close." Oh no, he didn't do it. And then it would take because it takes a while to get back to that level, like that high of a score again. So it was a lot of build up for nothing. But this is justification. I think he absolutely cheated. And I'm glad they took away his scores. And if he can do it, maybe he'll do it again. Maybe he'll prove them all wrong.
Alan, you can watch some BS documentary on two losers playing Donkey Kong, but you can't finish the last episode of Sons of Anarchy. I saw this 10 years ago. I didn't just watch this. This documentary was like 06 or 07.
Yeah, and it was an hour and a half. It's not, I
mean,
6 seasons.
But this person is right. I literally have half an hour left in the
finish the
entire
show.
series of Sons of Anarchy. I need to make myself a note and go, tonight, watch Sons of Anarchy. Finish the goddamn thing
I'm
already.
going to text you and remind you.
Thank you. Alan Poundcake would like a movie called Ready, Gayer 1.
He.
I know, right? That's not fair.
I'm black, and I'm gay.
That's
I played like Super Mario. Like, what do they want from me? Do I have to be like intertwined in every single?
It's just
What do
it's
they
your
want?
body
What
language.
do they want from me?
When we're talking about this
But
stuff,
when it
and
comes
it
to
was
like
hilarious.
competitive gaming and stuff like that, I'm like, bore. Like literally, people would.
Well, if you saw the documentary, you might be a little bit more invested because it gives the backstory, the drama between it, and it's
the drama,
and it's silly. It's
oh
silly.
my gosh, I can't believe I have to get my mind straight. I can't believe like I was.
Well, I'm not that invested.
Right.
In
Then
it.
I sat down
but
in
it's funny.
in front of the television, and then when I picked up that remote, all of it went out the window.
Watching you glaze over is funnier
That's
than
what-
anything.
yeah,
right.
that's the best part.
Unfortunately, it's a visual thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
But you can watch it on the
Fortunately,
live stream.
we archive these live streams.
Unfortunately, we have the clip of the day for tomorrow.
Right.
Just-
We will do, at some point, we'll do a supercut of just pound cake glazed over.
Don't do that.
It'll be just 5 minutes.
Just him not paying attention.
That's
him
right.
Just going into his own world
I don't
because
do it
it's
that
not
often.
What did we say? He listens, but he doesn't hear.
right.
Right.
Pretty regularly. I would say at least once a show.
Tell Bill there's a pretty decent Frogger at Play Store. What is that?
Oh, the Google Play.
Oh, okay. I saw the Kickstarter.
I'll just play it here because we have it here.
We have it here, yeah. I saw that there was a game I used to play in college called Myst. Remember
Oh, yeah,
Myst?
I played Myst.
They're doing like the 25th anniversary of Myst, if you don't feel old enough already. And
I don't think I ever beat it though.
I still somewhere have my old yellow legal pads full of notes. My girlfriend would be sleeping, and I would just play all night on the computer.
Game.
Oh my God, it was the best. We try to get you some money here. $1,000 once an hour. Good luck.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the keyword money to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's money to 200-200. Good luck from WMMS.
I've tried a couple times to play that arcade game in the break room, but I couldn't figure out what the button sequence was like to get to a different game. It seemed to always be stuck on the same game.
No, I can show you. It's easy.
All right.
Literally, you just move the thing around and then hit like the one-player button.
That's what it seems like. Seems like it should be pretty idiot-proof, but I couldn't figure it out.
I messed it up a couple times, but it's a little trickier than it should be. But if you stick with it for a hot minute, you'll be fine.
Okay.
How much time are you going to dedicate to playing video games in the break room?
Who?
You. Because I mean,
I'm not. I just want to. I want to know that if I want to, I want to know how to do it. Because the only reason I didn't when we first got them, it was after the show one night, and I was like, I'll go play Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, St. Patty's Day, we came in here.
But I couldn't figure out these arcade games with like multiple games on them. I couldn't figure out what the number sequence was, and to your point, I wasn't that invested in it. So after about 5 minutes,
you tried once and you gave up. Basically.
I walked away. Yeah.
No, there's something weird about it, but it's not that hard. Because the first time I tried to play it, it kept going to like the demo mode. I'm like, I don't want demos. I want to play the game.
Right.
I just love when people that are invested into it, they get real into it. They're playing the game, and they're smacking the sides, and they're just like jumping up and down.
It's fun.
I'm like, oh my God, you're gonna break the thing. Save it.
That's one of I don't go there too often, but I'll go to like 16-bit and play some games, and you get into it for a bit.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Well, you don't have to
and then they have, but 16-bit has those real expensive, those pinball machines. No, the pinball machines.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
I haven't been over there yet.
Now I can appreciate like the artistry of that because those things are real elaborate.
I love pinball too.
They look really.
I like pinball a lot,
but that's not free there. You gotta shell out some quarters.
Yeah,
for that.
I'll do it.
And I do.
Yeah,
it's great. It's fun.
Yeah, a great date.
It's a challenge. It is a great date place.
There you go, Pound Cake. I hope you're taking mental notes of all these great date places.
I know. I've been there. That was
16-bit. You go walk in the woods. You should do some kayaking when it warms up. Do some kayaking in the Rocky River Reservation.
Done that before. It's very fun.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The last real date I went on was with that couple. Ain't that a shame?
Oh, you get two for the price of one, right?
Taco night.
Oh no, we didn't do taco night.
We never did taco night.
We went to 16-bit and the little yogurt place around the corner, whatever that place is.
Menchie's?
Yep.
Why don't you go kayaking this summer?
I don't want to do kayaking.
Well, it's fun. It's a blast.
Where are we gonna go?
Down the river, Rocky River.
Rocky River Reservation.
Pick a river around here.
You can go out onto Lake Erie. It's really fun.
Yeah.
That's scary. I'm afraid I'm gonna flip over.
Then you get back in. You're wearing a life vest.
Yeah.
I think about it.
We're gonna take Pound Cake kayaking.
Yeah.
Seems fun. I'm just scared I'll tip over because the white people I'll be with, they'll be like, "Hey, let's shake it." I'm like, I don't want to get wet. Like, why
well,
do
you get in your own kayak, so they won't be able to shake yours.
I thought it was a group.
No, not a canoe.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Yeah, a kayak, a one-person thing.
Okay, I'll do that.
Now, if you do flip over and can't manage to spin, you will drown. But nevertheless, don't let that dissuade you from having an otherwise fantastic time. Okay. We'll get back here and wrap everything up. I want to get the last word in. You can send me a text, 35192.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We're all done. We'll see you.